To the boys and girls all around this nation, welcome to Kwame Brown's radio show. Good morning to you guys. Where you see a black screen. That was a good one, Gil. Oh man. Yes. We back up in this thing after I got a harassing and bullying strike for harassing I don't know who. Pop quiz. I wanted to be on time, but I had to use the restroom. I need to go over to the right. I'm swerving. I had to use the restroom. I can't drink, can't eat, because I'm going under the knife today. In a few hours, I'll be under the knife. So y'all pray for the old bus. More like scope, not knife. Appreciate it, Paul. Yeah, man. Appreciate the prayer. I wish I could smoke after 7:30. I think I can't smoke. I can't drink after 7:30. We're gonna smoke this last spliff and call it a day. Wouldn't want anything to interfere with the anesthesia. I was gonna go live yesterday, but I had so much going on yesterday. I said, nope. Let me figure out what's going on. The got doggone power went out. One of the transformers or whatever got hit on the pole. And it blew the power out in the neighborhood till 1:15. But y'all know how them got doggone Spanish folks are. They don't sit around, goddamn. They go to another job. So then when the power got restored, some of them came back around 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. I'm like, shit. So that was about my whole dang on day wasted. A wasted day with no rain. Now that'll piss anybody off. But good morning. Biz, what it do with that Bitcoin? But listen, man, we're gonna talk about mindset, man. Because so many people getting caught up in the argument. You know, it's a lot of simpletons on the internet. So they keep saying, oh man, Gilbert and Kwame need to stop the beef. Gilbert and Kwame need to stop the beef. Well, then y'all need to stop categorizing and saying everything is beef. Ain't nobody got touched. Ain't nobody got scratched. It's beef as soon as somebody get their hands put on one another. Then it'll become some beef, in my opinion. Up until now, it's just two old niggas running their mouth. I done been in some beef before. It ain't with nothing like this. So I don't look at this as beef, and I wish y'all would stop saying that, because you might give people the wrong impression. This is a mindset that's different than another. And that's why I wasn't up there cursing and shouting and looking stupid like Gilbert was. I was up there asking questions because both sides could be right in getting to the bag and financial freedom, but nobody seemed to want to have a conversation. No, I don't accept Gilbert's assertion as the number one show because he had a major push. And then to his question that he asked, so in any show, no, you said you were the number one as if it was just you against me. I don't have no show pushing me. So you cannot compare the two pages because they're two different things. And so I wish we would stop comparing one another. And that's what he's so used to doing on his show, comparing MJ to LeBron, taking away from one nigga, giving props to another. And I saw Kenyon Martin got a little upset because of that happened, on my show. And see, I try not to do that. Even I told Anton, hey, look, take what that nigga said with a grain of salt. And, it could have been a beautiful conversation. I'm trying to have a real deal conversation because you hear all these things about Black Wall Street, and you hear all these things about how we had black banks, black buses, black businesses, and then that generation understood ownership and being able to have your money circulate in your own community so that people will have to respect you on a different level. Yeah, they'll pay you. They don't give a good gahoot about giving you some money. Yeah, they'll love to buy you out of business so they can run it down to the ground and then uplift their businesses, of course. So I come from that old Negro mindset that I would rather own it. I would rather get what I get from it because, again, how are you going to actually say you're going to be independent and be black owned and care about black if you don't own anything? If you're only going to be on the consumer side of things, they give you the money because they know they're going to get it back. You're going to give it back because you don't produce anything. The Koreans, the Asians, all those people, the Mexicans, they produce. So when they get their money, you give a goddamn Asian some money, they're going to take the Chinese some money, they're going to take it to Chinatown, and you ain't going to never see that goddamn money. You're going to barely see that money again. They're going to eat with the Chinese. They're going to shop with the Chinese. They're going to dress with the Chinese. Hell, they don't wear nothing but 2-3 outfits. So, yes, he's going to make a lot of money. But I hope he retains some of the ownership aspects that we were telling him about. Everything ain't a game. Everything ain't a diss. That's how y'all take it. Because y'all want a Kwame Brown and Gilbert Arenas back and forth because it's kind of funny. I did call him a dumb son bitch, but he's paying attention. Whether y'all believe it or not, Gilbert Arenas is paying attention, and he's going to be a better businessman through this back and forth. He already texted. He said, look, I'm going to take less money, and I'm going to keep more ownership this next deal. I said, good. Very good. Stop always chasing the bag. You're supposed to already have a bag. So have something that's yours that you can circulate, that if you make it great as ESPN, make that thing stay yours. What are you talking about? Why would you make something as great as ESPN to give 50% of it up, which with controlling rights going to somebody else with your name on it? No. And if it's all about the bag to you, then let it be all about the bag to you. But it ain't all about the bag to me. We all gonna get the bag. Gil gonna get the bag. I'm gonna get the bag. We all gonna get the bag. It's just I'm more about quality of life. I want to be the motherfucker like Arthur Blank who owned Home Depot, and get to travel the world and send everybody else to work at 6 a.m. Yeah, just give me the spreadsheet and the profit and loss statement, and then I'll go start firing and hiring based on my profit and loss statement. I need that type of money, that type of freedom. I don't want to be locked in like that. And to some people, they want to be locked in like that. But y'all, you can't tell a person what's a win to them. To Gil, being locked into a show like that and being up there 4 or 5 nights a week, making large sums of money, that's a win. To me, making large sums of money and making passive income and being able to shoot from wherever I want, on or off camera, to me, that's a win. That control aspect the freedom aspect, the mobility aspect of it, being able to be on the road, all of these things is what I like about what I do. No, it's not. Come on, Kwame, talk about something else. It's you go listen to something else. See, it's simple. Y'all, you guys gotta learn how to think. But this conversation is really important for the culture. It's about ownership and what are you doing it for? You know, a lot of our celebrities are nothing more than brand ambassadors or um, little. They're the guys that they're push out in front to sell white products. That's all they are. Fastest way for white folks to get rich is to put a advertisement on a black man back, whether it be in a boxing ring, whether it be on a basketball court, or whether it be on a football field. The Wakanda will never happen because you niggas always advertising, always branding, always promoting white folks' brands. And that's fine. I'm not telling nobody how to eat, but don't tell me how to eat. Don't tell me about how much money you got. Don't tell me what all you got going on. I'm not asking. We were having an ownership conversation. Don't compare yourself to me. I'm not comparing myself to you. I'm comparing myself to the freedom and the ownership aspect, and that's it. I want Gil to take some of that money that he actually get from the show and go take it and go get some turnkey real estate. And then I want him to come back up on the internet and say, ha ha, I'm Mr. Turnkey Real Estate. Even though he got it from me, but at least he'd be doing right by his money. And then he'd never have to worry about, he get 300 doors. He don't have to worry about money and worry about stressing of working. Because we've all seen that song and dance of people taking upfront money. And then when they get as old as the OJs, they don't have no more money. See, I look at cash as trash. I don't want a lot of cash. There's no purpose in it. Because the only thing I'm going to try to do with that cash is try to hurry up and put it into something else so that I don't have large sums of cash. So I like large sums of residual income. I don't want no lump sum of money. Because then, like I said, I'm only going to be trying to figure it out how to make it residual income without the tax man taking all of it. You got to account for a lot of things when you just take a lump sum of money. Money just sitting there not working for you doesn't do anything. Like they say in the chat, inflation, you got taxes, you got people counting your pockets, you got all kind of shit. But with that residual income, I can borrow against that residual income. I could do all kind of things. It just opened up a lot more options than just money sitting. So like I said, it's just a different perspective. This wasn't Kwame. They keep framing everything I say as I'm hating on somebody, because they don't want anybody to listen to me. So he's just hating on Gil. He's just hating on LeBron. He's just hating. I don't have a reason to hate on nobody. There's not a reason for me to hate on anybody. Like y'all in life, like I said, I get to walk in Walmart by myself. So there's no reason for me to hate on nobody. I know some rich motherfuckers that can't go nowhere without 37 people around. And as we just saw, NBA YoungBoy had a whole crew around and he still couldn't walk the streets without the police having to rush him off the street. So that's where I find my win, is that I can walk around this motherfucker like everybody else. And that's a beauty. That's a beautiful thing to me. So don't ever think that I'm jealous of nobody. Just because you find life about how much money somebody got, that's what you think quality means. I just don't agree with you. Man, this that real deal Holyfield right here. This that real deal Holyfield. Oh shit, where all this fall come from all of a sudden? What in the Fiji water is this? So I don't aspire to be rich no more. I aspire to keep my quality of life at an all-time high and get it higher. Like, being that I've been rich for so long, that being rich ain't good enough. Like, it's a lot of miserable rich people. Just listen to them talk. You know, I smoke that swagger dad, but that's about goddamn it. And even I said then, after I get this knee surgery, I gotta smoke less of this swagger dad so I can get myself back in shape. Like, what's your quality of life though? Because that's what it's really about. You rich, but you wake up every day and take lean and beans and all that other shit. Whoa, what the hell you making all that money for? You ain't gonna do it but kill your goddamn self. Rich ass depressed. I don't want to be rich and depressed. Yeah, I don't want to be rich and depressed. I want to be centered. I don't want to be riding up the 405 with a bunch of money, not knowing what to do with my time. Like, no, that sound whack to me. So I'm not selling y'all some lifestyle that if you gonna make a bunch of money, that means you gonna be cool at life. No, your life could get worse. Your life, you can literally work your ass off to go get a bunch of money, and your life can get actually worse than what it is right now. And if ain't nobody ever told you that, you heard it here first. Your life can get worse with more money. And the only thing somebody telling you about is their money, they not living the life that life that they portraying. That shit still cap. And you talking to somebody that had money since a teenager, so I know what I'm talking about. Why you think a lot of those child stars end up walking up the street on drugs? What's that girl, Lindsay Lohan or whatever she had? I told she had to move away to Russia or move away to another country to get away from paparazzi and everybody following her around and chasing her while she going through her issues. Everybody swear they love celebrities, but as soon as they going through something, they talk about them like they ain't nothing but commodities and items and entities. Like they life ain't shit, but just something that you're supposed to watch go down so you can feel better. So I don't play the fool. If you see me ranting and raving on the internet, nigga, trust me, I'm just roasting and joking. You can't be the number one draft pick not knowing how to act like you got some goddamn sense. So trust and believe, I got plenty of sense. That's why it's frustrating when Gil get up here and try to disrespect me and do it for the likes and the clicks. Nigga, you can't come from where I come from and not have no sense. I'm gonna say it again. You can't come from where I come from and not have no sense. So whatever you got to offer to people, give it to them, Gil. But don't try to dim out or disrespect what I got to offer to people. Take your sensitivity out of the way and let me give what I got to offer as well. You great at putting together deals, getting money. I don't take that away from you. You put a play together with underdog to pay all your wife, your friends, your family, your teammates. I give you credit for that. But see, when I put a play together, I want to be the one paying my wife. See, I'm not dissing what you're doing. I'm just saying what I'm going to do. I want to be the one paying my wife because if a nigga paying my wife, then they can probably get my wife to go on time somewhere. Get my wife to do whatever they tell her to do and not what I'm asking her to do. So if I was in a position like you, I would be paying my wife. And my friends and my that I brought onto the show, yeah, sure, I would have did it that way with you, like you did it. Get them to pay them the first time, but the second time around, I want to pay my friend. Or I would have came to them with some equity in it from the beginning, put the money up like Cam and Mace, and then maybe try to get a licensing deal. But either way it go, your way can still work as long as you do what you said. As long as you said you're gonna fight for more ownership, that way will work. So I ain't finna come up here and try to let some crowd people that just like Gil or like me or dislike me and or whatever keep coming up here trying to make it a problem just because Gil curses and he loses his mind when he sees me. Because I don't look at him with the same admiration that all of you do, because I know him behind the scenes. You guys are following a gimmick that he puts on and portrays when he turn into a white boy when they turn that camera on. But when they turn that camera off, he try to act like a nigga from the Compton streets. And I just don't respect niggas like that. I don't respect people that get their friends locked up because they don't have a mouth or a backbone. They just run their mouth, and then their friends got to do what they can't do. So me personally, I can't respect that. I've seen it up close and personal, and I don't run my friends to jail. I don't use them as shields and bodyguards. I don't do that. We friends because whatever we was friends for before I got to the league. So I done get money and play gangbanger, play street cat, and that's what a lot of these fools do. So when they do that, I stay away from you. Yeah, and that's not me dissing nobody. That's me knowing what I know. And they told me a long time ago, when you know better, you do better. So yeah, I know I'm straight. You said Armand Shumpert. Yeah, I saw that. Hold up, y'all. Let me pull over real quick. Yo, yo, yo. Okay, I'm back. But no, everybody keep thinking I'm dissing, and everybody keep saying I'm beefing and all this other shit. Then they keep mixing in the basketball conversation. And like I said, I stand on what I said, but I don't need to keep repeating it. He can keep trying to refute it, but that don't matter. That's not what we're talking about. Like I texted him yesterday. I'm like, man, you know what you did. Get over it. Like, unless you really want to keep going down this rabbit hole, you want me to spend some money on a private investigator to look up the time that Dan Fagan flew to Utah and we had the conversation about me switching from Arn Tellum to Dan Fagan, which you was up under Dan Fagan at the time. And so, that's what, when I told Dan Fagan no, he controlled you at the time because there's always a white boy that controls you. And then once I told him no, you did what you did. But I can care less about that, Gil. You keep trying to mix that in with this conversation. That shit is over with, bro. There's nothing I can do about that. There's nothing you can do about that. So why do you keep bringing that part up? We talking about ownership right now. That has nothing to do with basketball. So don't deflect to a basketball conversation when we're talking about ownership. Now, if you do what you said you were going to do this second go round, that's going to be a great thing. That's going to be a beautiful situation. That will be a beautiful situation. And then you take that money and go get you some turnkey shit. That's all you got to do, pimp. But let's get to this right here. Let's get to this video right here, because I thought this was pretty interesting. I sure did. Uh-oh, where did I put it at? I just had it. I literally just had it. People don't try this at home. Please don't. Please don't try this at home, what I'm doing. Let me share the screen. This was a heck of a video, and this is on a righteous perspective. But this lady right here, I don't know who she is, but they gonna cancel this lady. This is the last time y'all gonna see this lady. My prayers go out to this lady. They finna call her racist, misogynistic, misogynist. She better have a black boyfriend. If she got a white man, she a Nazi. So I hope she got a black boyfriend, because if she ain't dating Shaka Zulu, then she racist. She's gonna be all kind of stuff, because this lady, I don't know what gave her the backbone to say all this, but here comes the boom, lady. You better go be dating Shaka Zulu. Get you a drug dealer boyfriend. You'll be all right. We'll give you a pass. You can. Hey, look. They might just beat you up a little bit if you get you a little hood dude. Get you a little hood dude, they'll beat you up a little bit, but they'll let you stay. But if you got a white man, you a Nazi, you finna be, they finna call for your job. You about to lose your job. You about to lose your job. I hope you work independent as like a trucker or something. You got them tattoos. You better be an over-the-road trucker. You better not be like a school teacher or something. Whoa, they gonna get you gone. Them black women gonna come up there and you fired. I'm talking about they gonna be ready to fight you too. Ooh, anywhere they see you, they gonna be ready to swing. I ain't gonna lie.
Democrats don't care about getting black people out of poverty. Okay, you wanted attention. I'll give you some attention. If black people were actually taken out of poverty, they would stop voting blue. Okay, so Democrats know this. They know that they have to have that carrot on the stick of like, we're going to save you. We're going to help you get out of poverty. Just keep voting for us. Keep voting for us so you keep getting welfare. Keep voting for us so you keep getting SNAP benefits. Instead, there's a saying, give a man a fish, he will eat for a day. Teach a man to fish, and he will eat for a lifetime. All right,
Now, ma'am, all of that, what you said, from my perspective, I understand 100% why you said it. I get it. I understand it, ma'am. But a lot of other people, everything you just said, ma'am, was 100% racist. Every word that came out your mouth was racist, misogynistic, misogynistic. There's some type of ism in istic. It's racism, first of all. Let's start there. And number two, you shouldn't have your mouth on black folk business. That's number two. That's what the second thing you're gonna hear. Damn, what you talking about? I'm DL Hughley right now. What you say, white girl? Hey, look, they just gonna bring up her color right off the rip. DL gonna sit there, put them shades on. What you say, white girl? You shouldn't even be talking about black people. Don't you got some white people you could be talking about? What about Dylan Roof? What about what's some other white people that done messed up lately? What about Dana White? I mean, oh, he ain't messed up. He Dana White. What about what's some other white boy? Yeah, because that what DL gonna bring up. He not gonna touch with a 40-foot pole what she actually said. We're gonna bring up some very valid points about what white people do. Because some of the points are very valid. And it'll knock you off course on what you actually talking about. Kind of the same thing Gilbert Arenas tried to do. Want to make it about basketball. And Kwame just don't like me. Man, I can care less. You know, what does it matter if I like you or not? I don't care if you like me or not. You just don't bring your ass out to my property and try to take my roof down or something. Because I can care less whether you like me or not. We don't got to play together no more. Now, when we was playing basketball, I could be honest. I ain't like you. The only play you want to run is 1-4 flat. You selfish son bitch. I can be honest, though. I don't like a point guard that always want to run 1-4 flat. And you can see why. That's just common sense. Because now that same point guard will get online and say, what did you average? Bitch, how am I average something? You keep shooting the ball all the goddamn time. And I can't whoop your ass because they're going to kick me out the league. I already broke my hand coming into the damn league. We covered that up. So shut up, boy. All you do is cover up the truth. You's a 1-4 flat running selfish dummy. That's why you never won nothing, boy. Now see, those are jokes. And it's the truth in the joke. But it's just funny, lighthearted jokes. What you do is you'll go up there and get arrest records from a family and all kind of shit. And you get in your feelings. You go on DJ Vlad and snitch on me. I don't do that. I just make little jokes with truth in it. You 1-4 flat running dummy. That's all I'm saying. See, people can laugh at that. What you do ain't funny. And they can go see that you got 1-4 flat on your show with your wife. So that's why it's kind of funny. You know, you still running basketball plays on your show. That nigga got 1-4 flat as one of the goddamn things on the side with him and Melly talking, boy. That is interesting. Woo, yeah, you funny as hell, boy. 1-4 flat. That's why the show will be funny. Because all that lame shit that you do, I'll be making you realize how stupid and selfish that is, boy. Why the hell you got 1-4 flat up here on this show? How does that make any sense? You talking to your wife, y'all got a show together, and you got 1-4 flat on the banner. What the hell has that got to do with anything? This nigga can't let 0405 or 0506. He can't let them 2-3 seasons go. That nigga like a high school football player that blew out his knee. That nigga booby. In the mind, he booby. But yeah, man. But back to this. Let's see what kind of jokes he got today. But back to this, man. This lady, I pray to God she not a school teacher. Kwame, you quit your team during the playoff. I damn sure did. I told them, if you gonna let this dumb son bitch run the team like this, this ain't a team. I don't want no parts of this shit. See, I could be honest though. What would make a man walk away from his money like that? You think that you thought that was a joke? See, you have to do something drastic in measures like that. I wasn't gonna bring no gun to the locker room, so I said it wouldn't be a good idea for me to come back to that locker room. And when Scott Perry or whoever, all them GMs and all them motherfuckers came to my house and they were stepping over all the girls that Gil like and all the liquor bottles from the party and shit, that's where they get that drinking stuff from. That's why Gil keep coming up here saying, oh, he a drunk, because he know when they came in my house, my homeboy opened the door. This is a true story. The GM, all of them, they came out to my house. I told them, I said, I ain't fucking with y'all. I ain't coming. Y'all letting this dumbass nigga run the team. This nigga skipping out on practice. There ain't no fines or no penalties. This dumbass nigga Eddie Jordan coming there, keep talking about some people get this type of rope. Well, if he get this type of rope, I'ma cut my goddamn rope. Cut me away from this team. Get me the fuck up out of here. And that's what happened. I don't want nothing to do with no team that you got this type of buffoonery going on from top to bottom. The player is the damn coach. He can undermine the coach at any given time. One floor flat all day, every day, laying the picks like a little girl. Man, ain't nobody dealing with that. So yeah, I left. I'm out. If this buffoon, and then they ain't winning ever since. So I was right. Usually I'm always right. Usually, so I'm not always right. Sometimes I'm right. Majority. Now my agent told me to just do what everybody else do. I'm gonna tell you exactly what my agent said. He said, go into practice, slip and say your back hurt, and then we'll get you out with a back injury. And he said, that's what everybody else do. And he begged me. He said, man, we're going to mess up your contract. I said, listen, Arn, if I go into that locker room, I'm telling you right now, I'm going to jail. I'm not going to no, I said, I can't do it. If I go into that locker room, and I told them when they came in there, after they were stepping over all the big liquor bottles and they came into the bed, and I had two girls that Gil was paying. I made sure I found the two he was paying top dollar to. I had both of them. And yeah, man, I found them. And they came in there begging me to play. I said, nope, back to the party. Get out. And I kicked them out. Would not come. And shit, they got my ass back. They said, conduct detrimental to the team. And boy, that shit cost me a lot of money. But that's a true story. I don't know why he keeps lying. He only want to say the parts that make me look bad. Oh, Kwame, you quit on the team. I sure did. It wasn't no team. How is that a team when you get to actually? How is that a team when you get to actually not do? You get to undermine the coach, and then the coach come in there like a weenie dog. And I got the screenshot of me asking Eton Thomas on Instagram. Eton, do you remember the time that Gilbert Arenas didn't show up to practice and Eddie Jordan had to come in there and write on the board, does some people get some other rope? Even when Eddie Jordan tried to find this dude money, you know why the NBA suck right now? I'm going to tell y'all, here's a secret why the NBA suck right now. They started giving guys like Gilbert Arenas money that have no accountability to the game. All they care about is money. And Gilbert Arenas was in tight with Eddie Jordan. And so he would undermine the coach. And now Eddie Jordan, because he want to get a job, he got to go up there and lie. Because if he divulged that, yes, Eddie Jordan, a GM in a league, undermined my fines that I would give Gilbert Arenas. He would give Gilbert Arenas a fine, and Eddie Jordan wouldn't make the fine stick. He would send the shit back, and Gilbert Arenas would come to the locker room laughing about it. Ha ha ha, bitches! You thought you fired me, huh, Eddie? You thought you fired me, huh? No, you didn't. He'd be laughing at the coach in his face. So yeah, don't ever say I quit on a team, nigga. You destroyed the team. It was never a team to begin with a clown buffoon like you at the running of the team. So that's the truth of the matter. I don't know why people keep talking about what I did. Yes, I left. I said I don't want to be a part of this bullshit. I'm not going to be a part of no clown like this that put his teammates on top of cars and drive them through the goddamn car wash, and he do all this silly stuff to people and everybody cover it up because he's a good NBA player. No, if I go in that locker room, the Dixville gonna come out and they ain't gonna never see an ass whipping like this. And I'm probably gonna take some weapons because I don't want nobody to stop me from doing what I'm doing. And it's gonna be the worst tragic end to a #1 draft pick. So I would rather take. I weighed out my opportunity costs, and I said, you know what? I would rather take conduct detrimental to the team than to take 25 to life. So I took conduct detrimental to the team. But Eton Thomas know everything I said about this buffoon is true. This dude played on a whole organization. Only played one end of the court. Go into practice and say, I don't play offense. When they go on a film session and say, Gilbert, you laid in on the screen right here. I didn't get paid to play defense. And you call that a team? Nigga, please. It was never no team in the first place when a so-called highest played brought to the team to lead the team laugh in a meeting and say he only get paid to play offense. Man, please. What team? And just look at the way he played defense. You'll see that I'm telling the truth. What team? Got a goddamn center in Brendan Haywood that every time Shaq come into town, he's sick. His toe hurt. His thumb hurt. Every goddamn time, a big old 7'1" nigga. Every time Shaq or anybody come in there that's going to be a physical matchup, somehow he's sick or hurt or tired. Only playing for his contract. While other dudes done got a bad label, so you got to go out there with a broke arm, broke neck, broke leg, broke every damn thing. You got to play because you done got a label. No, ain't no log on KB. I don't know why these dudes be capping. Like things that happen. It done happened already. Ain't no cap in my rap. I don't got a cap. Don't just talk about what Kwame did. Yeah, nigga, I left. I wasn't coming back to that. I wasn't coming back to no circus. Ernie Grunfeld let this clown turn that team into a circus. Then he go down to Orlando and do the same thing in Orlando, so much so they sent him home. So no, nobody got time to play games with people all day, nigga. Sure don't. Ask Nick Young. Nick Young got caught up in that circus. Nick Young will be an 8-time All-Star if he would have got drafted to any other team. Nick Young had game. That nigga had handles. Anytime he go left, it's a bucket. Don't let him go to the basket. He got sneaky hops. That nigga had game. He could have been a starting point guard, 2 guard. With the ball in his hand, it's nothing but money. But he got drafted to Washington. Got taught and trained doofus ways by doofus arenas. And so me just telling the truth, people call it hate. But hey, call it what you want. Call it what you want. I don't care. But everything I'm saying is documented in Washington. This boy is a straight up nutcase. Why would I want to be around a nutcase? Kobe said what I was on about Swaggy. What type of man quit on his brothers when he no longer believe in his brothers because they being led by a coward that won't even play defense and that'll skip out on practice just to undermine the coach so he can't do nothing to him. See, that's when he separated himself from the team. He showed us that we was just peasants. Look how he let Anton talk about the other cast members on his stage. See, Gil don't care nothing about no team. He cares something about him. Gil don't care nothing about no team. If he thought those brothers on that couch was his team, he would have stopped Anton and said, no, 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 hold on, bro. I'm up here admitting that I didn't know nothing about YouTube. So these the brothers that helped me build this. So I can't let you say that Kenyon is nothing as the #1 draft pick. And I think Kenyon said something about that too. I'm gonna play the video. Matter of fact, I don't think I know he said something. Because if I'm Gil, I'm like, hold up. I'm not gonna sit there and watch some man praise me when I know I literally just said I didn't know shit. That's why I gave up 50% of my show. And these brothers helped him build to the #1 show with the help of Underdog. So how can you let somebody finish a sentence saying these guys will be nothing without you? How can you let him finish that sentence without a hold up, bro? Wait. Let me stop you, bro. I understand, I respect that on you. But no, man. Kenyon and all of these guys, Swaggy, all of these guys add a different element which makes Gil's Arena. So I can't say by my corny ass self. I can't say by myself the show would be the show without these guys, because it wouldn't. That's why behind the scenes, Sino and myself was saying, yeah, man, Kenyon would be a good point, because he balanced out that goofy shit that you do, all that playing and laughing. We can hear a grown man talk, and that's why I can look at it. And Swaggy is naturally funny as I don't know what, so you shouldn't be stopping him from talking. And we already know what you're going to say. You're going to say, I'm friends with Kobe, but everything LeBron. And then we need Rashard McCants to tell you you don't know what the hell you talking about and go against you, because that's funny. And we just need BJ to just look high and chew on some goddamn candy, because that's cool. He the cool nigga on the show. You need a cool nigga on the couch. And he bring guests. Everything they need to do to surround that goofy that you got in you with some flavor. I think they got enough flavor. So ain't nowhere in the world you should have let them finish saying that, because we done seen you got Gilbert, you got Arena Sphere right now with 500K subscribers that you uploading on that channel that nobody watched. So I don't know why you sitting there doing that to your teammates, bro. You did it to us in Washington. You made it about you. And I just couldn't get with that shit. When I'm anchoring down the defense, guard Shaq one-on-one, I got to cover up for your terrible ass defense. You lay into every screen, so then I got to switch and guard point guards. And I'm quick enough to do it. So that's how the league knew I can guard point guard, because I had such a sorry ass point guard in you. So I got to show and get back. I got to use all my energy, because it starts with fighting over the pick. And that's why I don't give props to guards that only play one side of the basketball, because it breaks down your entire defense. That's why the Lakers ain't going to be shit. They're going to blame Andre Ayton. Good luck to you this year, Ayton. But everything for to be Ayton's fault. And it ain't nothing Ayton's fault. Defense start at the point of attack, at the basketball. If you got soft-ass guards that can't keep their body and keep some constant pressure on guards, then you're going to have soft defense from the word go. And what so many teams are doing, they're getting these soft guards that only play offense, and then getting big men and then blaming them for the defense, because they got to drop and plug. You dropping and plugging, then you got the worst defense in the world. The best defense against a guard that can shoot is that you trap his ass and you get the ball up out of his hands. But they don't have physical guards no more that want to fight over that pick. So to cover up for these weak guards, they don't want to fight over that pick, because it's going to hurt to fight over a pick. Oh, that my hips and my thighs. Get your ass in the weight room. But because they can just shoot, and because they made the game about freedom of movement, you no longer have to be a physical guard. So all of this crap about the game is better now, no, it's not. A big man don't want to have to drop and plug. You know why? it puts us in no man's land. And I would rather be the aggressor. I would rather be the hammer than the nail. I would rather go ahead and trap Steph Curry to try to stop the ball at the point of the attack than to let Steph Curry, with as good as he is with the basketball and keeping his dribble alive, to allow him to dribble downhill at me, put me at odds between him and a big man that can get a lob, and I gotta keep backing up until I have to take a Steph Curry one-on-one. No, I would rather trap Steph Curry, get a show, trap, get the ball swung, and get back to my guy with a tag. But see, that take energy and effort from everybody. And I don't think these guys are in shape enough to have that type of energy. It would take them, the type of players they are now, shit, it'll be to the All-Star break before they can play like that. They come and spend 2-3 months of the season getting in shape. Because all practice long, all summer long, they just shooting jump shots and going in the weight room. That's how they can last 20 fucking years in the league. That's how they can last 15, 16 years in the league. The game has changed. Any team that's dropping and plugging, that is the worst defense in the league against. That's why all they pick and roll defense is terrible. Miami is the only team that the guys got to be in shape. That's why a lot of people don't want to play for Miami. They see Miami on the map, they say, oh shit, Pat Riley still got these niggas throwing up in practice. That's the first thing a person when they about to sign with Miami. Oh shit, well we got to be in shape. They don't fuck around. And we get paid to be in shape. We get paid to be in shape. The Lakers are going to be trash, and they're going to blame Aiden because although Luka Doncic has slimmed down, and yes, he's going to score 40 and 35 because it's easier for him to score, but it got to be something wrong with his hips or something. It seemed like he stands straight up on defense, and anybody can go around Luka Doncic. So, yeah, he might get 40, but every guard is going to have a career night on Luka Doncic. Any guard that he guards, I would tell them to just attack the basket, get to the heart of the defense, and then we'll get our passes or our dunks out of that. He's going to put that team at such a negative from a defensive end that the average basketball mind is going to blame Andre Aiden. But when I watch how much space that Luka gives a guard because he's so worried about people blowing by him, that damn, a guard can get what they want against Luka. You can rock an average guard can rock Luka to sleep and get a pull up, and he get an average hand put in their face. An average guard can score 25 on Luka, 30 on Luka, and an athletic guard can get by him every single time. And you know what that causes? A breakdown in your defense. And all of that's going to get blamed on Andre Aiden. Go watch a guard like Derek Fisher. It makes the big man job a lot easier because he's going to keep his body connected to the guard. So a guard can't get a running start because you know they done made the league soft. All a guard got to do is jump into a big, and that's a foul. And the type of blow-bys these guys going to get with LeBron and Luka on the court, oh my God, it's going to be olive oil, mayonnaise, sandwich. That's what nobody going to tell y'all. It's going to be olive oil. It's going to be mayonnaise sandwiches given out for the Lakers. Because LeBron can't keep nobody in front of him with them old man hips. And Luka, he young but got old man hips. None of them can keep anybody in front of them. He played defense like a penguin. I'm trying to tell you, anybody think the Lakers going anywhere, they going to need a whistle. They going to need that referee, and they going to need that referee stimulus package. Because if I'm coaching the team, I'm going to go to my team and say, let me tell you something. Anybody come down this court and take a first side three-pointer, your ass coming out the game. That'll be the game plan every game. If you don't look downhill to get to the basket, Aiden, it's going to take him a while to get used to. He should be fouling out. He should be the #1 shot blocker in the league, or Aiden gonna average the most fouls in the league. One of the two, because he's gonna have an opportunity to block shots or get fouls. I'm gonna tell you that right now, because them Negroes can't keep nobody in front of them. You can give Chris Breezy a contract to play against the Lakers, and I watch him play enough pickup, he can go by a bunch of them Lakers. It's sad the way they play defense. See, that's why I don't like to see them talk about Kobe Bryant the way they do, because Kobe Bryant in his later years, he never cheated the game. If you can't do the defensive side drills in practice and be good at them in practice, you're not going to be good at them in the game. And because Kobe knew that it was going to take both defense and offense to win a championship, because that was the goal, he would work just as hard on his defensive principles, and he would be in the defensive drills working just as hard as he did on offense. Kobe won all the King of the Hill. Anytime Kobe was on a team, your ass gonna win because you took on his mentality. He led like a true warrior. He didn't send you in the battle. Nigga, he out there, sword up, shield up, first man up. It was Kobe's mentality. He went out there every single time and showed you how to do it. And if you did not meet those expectations that he set the tone very high. And if you didn't meet those expectations, then that's what you got a problem with Kobe then. So that's leadership. And so some of these guys that's talking and making it seem like it's just about the average. It's just about comparing his numbers to my numbers, and you'll see that if you just plug those numbers in, then hey, that's automatic championship. Nigga, that's so fake and a lie. That's cap. There's a lot of guards that had great numbers that they wasn't like that though. They wasn't going to go on both ends on the court and set the tone. This is what I expect. They wasn't going to get thigh contusions getting over screens in practice. Tracy McGrady, you touch him in a game, he going to fall out and halfway die. So I know he wasn't getting contusions in his thigh in practice. Kobe used to have to go get shoulder pads, and he used to have to go get pads put on his shoulder, how hard and with ferocity he running through screens in practice. Showing people this is what it takes to win a championship. Don't just lay in the screen. Jordan Farmar, this is not what you do. This ain't college. You ain't going under no screen and then being able to make it back to these type of guards. You take that leg, you get yourself skinny, and you keep your arm on his belly, and you force your way through this screen. He taught players how to play from 1 through 5. This is how you play the game. You got to will yourself to a win. The way y'all talk about Paul Gasol, oh, that trade, oh, thank to God it came to. Man, Paul Gasol was no ready to win a championship, just like I wasn't. He got his ass whipped into shape by Kobe, just like everybody else. That's why Kobe deserves all the credit that he gets. There is nobody else in front of Kobe that should be in front of Kobe other than an MJ, because he did the same thing. Kobe just watched what MJ did and made certain aspects of his game a little better. There is no in front of that type of mentality that you can teach other players to take on your mentality. Kobe wasn't dancing before no games. Kobe wasn't playing before no games. He was there to work. Kobe took basketball serious. It was like a business, and he ran it like the best brand that you can find. Every time, this is the first time you saw my product, this is going to be just like a hotel. This is going to be the best, cleanest room you're going to stay in. I'm going to give you the best performance you're going to ever see. I'm not going to tell you that my ankle swole up and I just got injections in it. I'm not going to tell you that the morning before I just got my ankle drained or my knee drained. I'm not going to tell you that I got torn ligaments in my left shoulder. I'm just going to go out there and play. How can you put somebody in front of that type of mentality when these guys don't even want to play in the All-Star game? You got to beg and plead guys to play in the All-Star game. Kobe was picking up damn near like it's a regular game in the All-Star game. Kobe believed when the best of the best come together, that should be an elevation of one of the most best performed games you should ever put forth. But our All-Star games have turned into the worst show of basketball you ever see. And that's why if I had anything to do with the All-Star game, it would only be one team that represent the NBA. You to make the All-Star team, since y'all don't want to play, it'll be one team representing the NBA. It would be less players. I would pick 15 of the top players in the NBA, and I would put them against players that got undrafted the year before and players that's up-and-coming players or players that's from college. I would figure out a way to put them against hungry players that can dunk on their motherfucking face. G League players. All the ones that want to dunk and high rise on them. And I would put them out there. And I bet you the way those boys bring the competition out of them, they'll start playing. Or they'll get dunked on. Or they'll become the highlight reel. Trust me, in basketball, don't nobody want to become the highlight reel. So they'll start playing. Jay Lee, Kwame got low level of thinking. You done made about 30 comments listening to somebody got low level of thinking. Now, you know what ends up happening, Jay Lee. Either I'm going to bring you down to the way I'm thinking, or you going to bring me up to the way you think. And I'm not going to read enough of your comments for you to bring me up to the way you thinking. So I'm probably going to bring you down, Jay Lee. So you might not want to ingest this into your life. You might want to go do something smart. Show me how to do something smart and skedaddle. Hey, Jay Lee, show me how to do something smart and scram. Yeah, nigga. Show me how to do something smart and scram, nigga. These niggas always be sounding so smart, but they just emotional. Just say you a fan of Gil and you really don't like me. I can understand that better than you making these dumb comments. Just say I like Gil better. I can respect that. Work on building your product. Oh, now you want to give me advice. After you telling me I'm stupid, now you want to give me advice. Come on, man. If you wanted to give me advice, just say that first. Nigga emotional, man. I'm emotional. Can't let you know. What's a man to do when he can't take no more? What's a man? That nigga is upset. Jesus Christ. Hey, look. You need some of this swagger dash I got. Nigga, you upset. I ain't even say nothing bad about you. This nigga ain't got nothing but insults for me. I told you, boy, it's all about who we like, boy. It's all about who we like. That nigga hear me talk about who he like, and he instant got smoked with me, nigga. You're stupid, nigga. You're dumb. You don't know what you're talking about. I wish you'd just go somewhere. You got low level thinking. Oh, man. This nigga is sensitive, boy. Ooh, ooh. The heart is a house of love, and I've learned that it don't take much to build it up. Boy, your heart hurt, boy. May the force be with you, my friend. May the force be with you, my friend. Goodness gracious. Just don't swing on me, man. I'm just telling jokes, man. Come on, dog. Come on, man. We supposed to be brothers. I assume you're a brother with a name like Jay. God, dog. I assume a J is a brother. Where I'm from, a J is a smoker. Yeah, we used to call them J's. Yeah, where I'm from, yeah, we call J's smokers. Smoking that cracker rock. You was a J for a junkie. Coming from where I'm from. J's used to help us eat. Coming from where I'm from. Yeah, I'm just saying. But don't be mad at me, dog. I'm just playing, dog. You know what I mean? Let me get out of let me get out of everything like everybody else do. I'm just trolling, bro. I'm just trolling. But listen, man, real talk. I don't believe the Lakers gonna be nothing without that whistle. Even when LeBron come back, that makes their defense worse. They got a more athletic squad out there. Now I do like Marcus Smart against the ball. Marcus Smart is gonna have a good point of attack. Austin Reeves, he try hard on defense, and I think he underrated on offense. I think Austin Reeves is underrated on offense. That boy go get that money. He go get the money. Go get the money. He's scoring at every level. He got the float game, the 3-point game. He breaking people down. Austin Reeves get to the money. I used to think it was fool's gold, but no, that looked like real money. He's not a very good defender, but like I said, he try hard. He's gonna at least try to keep his body on you, but he get a few blow-bys. Marcus Smart is gonna be the best pickup they got because at least he can help Aiden if they want to trap the ball. But the guys they got now, they can't trap the ball with Luka. Luka ain't gonna fight over no screen. LeBron ain't gonna fight over no screen. He old. So they gotta drop, let the guard go underneath, let them roll down to the big if they get caught, and then the big got to get one-on-one with a guard. So no, that's gonna be a bad defensive scheme when you have those guards that can get to the money. I'm telling you, if they cross half court and they take any first side threes, I'm telling you, they coming out the game. You running for layups because I want by the third quarter, I want LeBron and everybody that's old, I want their tongue hanging out their mouth. LeBron, Luka, I want their tongue hanging out their mouth. LeBron, 40 years old, his testosterone should be going down in the tank. We all know over 40, testosterone go down. So the more you run him, the more that's like a body shot for the third quarter. Because when you warm the body up and they got to sit and cool off, that's why the Lakers is one of the worst third quarter teams. And then on that third quarter, I have my guys in the locker room riding the bike and staying warm. Don't you sit your ass down. We playing the Lakers. All you got to do is stay loose. I want you to jump on them. The first 8 minutes, we could bury the Lakers right now. I want you to, if you get tired, come out. But I want 8 minutes of terror. I want you picking LeBron up. I want you poking him in the stomach. I want you bumping into him. I want him looking at the referee whining. I don't want him thinking about the game. I don't care if you get a foul. I want you to hit him and back up off of him. Frustrate him. And then I want you to run them every play. Get to the basket. Because if you know anything about the Lakers, they're the worst third quarter team I've seen. And I think they're ill prepared. I think this whole JJ Redneck, I think that whole thing is going to come to a head. Because when they lose, they really lose. They get the drum. Boy, they get beat like a drum. Because their defensive schemes are terrible. Their rotations are terrible. JJ don't have those guards sticking their nose in there and hitting somebody. Hachimura is a physical guard. He rotates over and chuck people. But the rest of the guards, they don't roll over and chuck people like they should. You got to stick your nose in there and help a big if you're going to have that type of soft scheme. I don't know why they don't get back to trap and rotate, but I kind of know. These guys, if they trap and rotate, these guys will be sucking wind. It'll be so much. They'll be so tired. It'll be less three-pointers, and all the league want to do is see three-pointers. That's why I believe they soften up the defense. Because if you trap Steph Curry, if you trap Steph Curry, he's not going to be able to get off all those threes. So it's my belief. I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist. It's my belief they're telling them to play that soft defense because that's not the best scheme. If I was the GM, I would make sure I pick players that come into training camp in shape. I would cut James Harden, but be the first player I cut off my team. I don't care about those type of numbers. They're air pack numbers. You're not going to win with James Harden. He's going to get great numbers, and he's going to either come up short or come up injured because he's come into the season too heavy, and then he play himself into shape. And by that time, they become a unit. Everybody that got to help James Harden out is going to be burnt out. So it's not going to produce any wins. And it hasn't produced no wins. I know people going to get mad. Kwame, you a bust. How can you say what you said? You a bust. What I'm saying is true, though. You know, how they say it, two things could be true. You could be a bust. But what I'm saying about James Harden and all these dudes coming in fat is true, too, though. They come in out of shape, and the fans and the NBA don't want to reprimand their top players, so they push it back onto their numbers, and they pick out a guy on the team that they blame. And Aiden, you next up, boy, your career over. Because they finna blame all this horrible defense on you. Just because he's 7 foot and they're going to start the narrative. He's supposed to be 7 foot. He's supposed to be a shot blocker. He's supposed to be able to anchor down the defense. Anybody who know anything about basketball, the defense is anchored in two categories. At the point of attack, and then your back line has to communicate. That's how the back line defender anchors the defense, by his voice and communicating. Screen here, screen there. You don't let somebody get to the back end of your defense and then blame it on your center. That means it's too late. Don't nobody in soccer say, okay, let's prove I got a great goalie. Let's let everybody else that's trying to stop and play defense against this soccer player that's dribbling the basketball or football, down to my goalie. Let's let him get to a running start to my goalie, and let's see how many times my goalie can stop this guy. I guarantee you the offensive man will win more times than the defensive man win. I guarantee it. And that's what's happening on so many of these teams, because nobody's talking about truly how a defense is anchored. And it starts with the point of attack through the point guard. The center is the floor general. Yeah, the center is the floor general. The point guard got to fight through screens. The point guard has to be able to stop the ball. And a lot of these guards, how many of these guards you can see in today's league can stop the ball? Not many. They can shoot the ball. They can shoot the hell out of it. But that's about it. Change the subject? Yeah, hold on. Let me change the subject real quick. I got you, big dog. Hold on 1 second. Change the subject. There it goes. Subject change. I just changed the subject. Who else want to tell me to change the subject? I just got you a new subject right there. Now go find a new subject you're looking for. Change the subject. Dang, that felt good. I can like my swagger dash on that one. That felt good. I'm one of the biggest trolls. They trying to troll me. Yeah, I'm one of the biggest trolls. You can't troll me. I'm the man pushing the button. What's wrong with you? I'm the one pushing that button. And they ain't gotta encourage me like don't child. When they say on that movie, push a goddamn button, they ain't gotta encourage me like that little girl. I'm gonna push a goddamn button. Yeah, I'm gonna push the button. 7 foot troll. Hey, he started it though. I ain't the troll that started nothing. I listen to Lil Jon. I'm from that Lil Jon era. Don't start no. It won't be no. Don't start no. And I live by that. Don't start no. It won't be no. But if you start some, oh, you definitely gonna be in this. Yeah, just don't start no. If you don't start no, it won't be no. But if you start some, you gonna be deep off in the. I'm just saying. It's weird because I watched. I'm gonna read. I'm trying to read it. I watched guys just let their guy walk up the court with no pressure. They walk right into a shot. Well, that's because they're in the NBA now, and that's not a requirement. In the NBA, you get delegated a job. It's no longer the best players in the world. You get delegated a job like a rebounder, a passer, a 3 and D. The fuck is a 3 and D? You're an NBA player. You should have all the ball skills to do everything on the court. That's why those international players are coming over here and they're starting to become the best players in the league. They're not training people to just do a job. They're making them all around basketball players. They're teaching them skills. You learn the skill of dribbling the basketball with left hand and right hand. You learn the miking drill because it gives you a better touch with the ball. You learn a bunch of one-handed shooting. As a big, you dribble just as much as a guard so that you could put more pressure on the defense. You know why? Bigs are taught to run back to the paint. So if a big like Lamar Odom or let's say Brother Green out in Golden State, if they know how to dribble the basketball and they can push the ball up the court, that is some of the most dangerous and the hardest thing to stop because of the principles that's taught. They can just run up the big man's back, play a shell game with the big man, and they run as a blocker. That's what Lamar used to do. Run right up the big man back until he get a layup or stop and get a jump shot. Or throw it to the big man guy after he turn around and don't notice his big trailing for a dunk. So that's why you teach. They got to go back. Everybody keeps saying AAU is ruining the basketball. Basketball is being ruined because it's being taught like the NBA. And unfortunately, the NBA is no longer the best brand of basketball to watch. You'd be better served to watch the Euro League. They still run back cuts. They're still in shape. Even though they smoke cigarettes at halftime. I don't know how they're in shape. But they do. They smoke cigarettes before the game, halftime. Niggas coming out smoking like a mother trucker. But they stay true to the game. They go into practice and they actually play basketball. They don't just go and dance on the sideline with music and play shoot jump shots, listening to your hottest rapper. They don't do that. That's what our today's NBA is. It's come to a bunch of breakdown drills, ball handling drills where everything is pretty and look nice, but they don't play basketball no more because they're too out of shape. They'll get hurt too much. They'll get hurt in practice. Because we had wars in practice. A lot of guys got hurt in practice. But in order to play the proper style of basketball, unfortunately, and this is what GMs and owners don't want to hear, to play a good style of basketball, you have to play the game within the game. So you have to have wars and you have to have practices that mimic the game. And now they don't want to see that because they want guys just to be available. So this watered down way of playing is because the NBA choose availability over testing the product. They're putting a product out there that's untested. You know, when they put a car out there, before they put that car out there on the market, It's crash tested. They put a couple dummies in it, like Gilbert. They put a couple dummies in it, and they run it into a wall at certain speeds, and they test the results, and they go back and they tweak it, and they put the car up there again after the tweak, and they run it into the wall again with a few more dummies in it, like Gilbert, until they put out the best quality product that they can think of. But that's no longer what the NBA is putting out. They're putting in these rules that allow for more offense, not more skill, rules that take away physicality, take away basketball from its purest form of will. I can impose my will on you. I don't give a damn how much skill you go and put the ball between your legs 35 minutes. You can go do that all day. I can impose my will on you. They're taking that aspect of the game out of the game. They're taking that out of the game. And so no longer do guys go in there and practice, go in there and see and understand who they can get in the foxhole with. It's no longer that. It's jump shots, one-legged threes, one-legged skip off one more leg, jump back off the other leg, turn around, throw it between the leg, jump back one more time, look at the ref like, bitch, you better not call it, and shoot it. I'm a superstar. That's what this league done came into. The rules changed for superstar. Now that I done got old, I can't score like I used to. Add another step. Add another step back. Let me be able to slide it before I dribble and change my pivot and then step back. And then I can score. And you bet not call it. Love of the game. I love this game. This is why this game is for the young person. This game is for young people because when you get old, you ain't going to do nothing but cheat the game. You're going to take shortcuts. You're not going to have the physical capabilities to even practice the right way in order to stay ready for the game. Because you're going to have to take shortcuts. You're going to have to take shortcuts to stay viable, stay ready. That's what load managing is. Load management means I don't want to let this shit go. Yeah, I don't want to let the game go, so I'm a load manage. Because you cannot get prepared to play basketball load managing. You get prepared to play in practice. How you play in practice is how you're going to play in the game. You can look at OKC and tell this is a young squad. This squad know each other. They practice together. They on a string. Shy is just as important as that kid Williams. It don't seem like it's a bunch of egos and big eyes and little U's on that team yet. Chet is just as important as Shy. They all are play an important part on a team to make them for them to win. That's how it used to be. Until they start putting shooting guards at point guard and ruining the NBA. Because they put scoring over the true essence and the true nature of the game. Ain't nobody go to no damn park, hand the ball to one person, and let them jack up 30 shots a game. I wouldn't play with you. Basketball, the big dogs rule. I'll just stand in the paint and get a 3 seconds. Can't score without the basketball. Don't respect me, I don't respect you. I didn't see that pick, dog. My bad. Did it hurt? You'll be all right. People get hit on picks every day, B. Maybe you'll see me next time when I'm rolling to the basket wide open. Yeah, you want to save your shoulder? Maybe you'll see me next time. It's supposed to be a string on the court. It's supposed to be a brotherhood. We all are supposed to be great players, except Bronny. They talked all that trash about the 50-something pick ain't nothing. The 50-something pick ain't this. The 50-something pick ain't that. Now look at the 56 pick for the Golden State Warriors. That joker right there looked like a player to me. It looked like Golden State found a diamond in the rough. I see why Steph Curry's brother got cut. Steph Curry couldn't even keep his own brother on the team. That's how hard that dude played. The dude got minutes on opening night. The 56 pick got minutes on opening night. A real game, man. We ain't talking about the play game is over with. When you get Steph Curry brother cut and you get minutes in the opening night, then that means there was a lot of behind you kicked in practice. That means there was a lot of IQ shown in practice. That means there was a lot of dogs shown in practice. That means some people got locked up and their feelings hurt. Some draft picks got their feelings hurt in practice. I done seen with them days, them wars, what that looked like. Undrafted players coming in there like hyenas, boy. Coming in there like wolves foaming out the mouth and turn a draft pick into a puppy dog. If you ain't never seen what that look like, boy, woo, woo. I done seen it many a day. Roles that ain't get drafted, all of them act, you know what they act like? All of them act like Lance Stevenson. Boy, Lance Stevenson, I done seen that type of mentality. Every undrafted player that make it and get minutes in an opening night, that's their mentality, like a Lance Stevenson. I don't care who out here, nigga, it's on. You finna have a long day with me on this court. You see, do Lance Stevenson look like he backed down from anybody? He was blowing in LeBron's ear. That's how much he respected anybody. Lance don't play. He coming out there with that dog mentality. Well, everything he got, you gonna get, Paul. That's how basketball used to be played. It ain't always about the names on the back of the jersey and who get built up as what. It's about who gonna go out here and play like monsters and gorillas. Who gonna go out there and accept the challenge that, man, we got Shaq out here. We got an unmovable force. We got an unstoppable force. Who gonna take the challenge and say, you know what? I'm gonna take responsibility for that. Don't help, because that's gonna break down our defense. Leave me over there with that monster. And I'm gonna give everything I got. Hey, we got Jason Kidd out here tonight. This guy account for about 90% of the offense. Who think they can slow this locomotive down just a little bit? Who think they can make it harder on this vet that's going to go in the Hall of Fame that we know is going to get here? Who can accept this challenge to slow down this monster? Now I want to play with that person that raised their hand and say, I got that. I don't want to play with the person that's going to laugh like Dummy Gilbert and say, don't nobody stop him. He's going to get what he's going to get. I can't do anything about it. I don't want to play with Beavis and Butthead. We lost before we go out there every night with Beavis. All he cared about was getting points so he could be Agent Zero. And then the league transitioned into more players and more players that played just like that. I didn't lose with them. I won. Look at the stat sheet. I won. They lost. Look at me. I just need better teammates. What happened to the day of you find a way to win? You uplift your teammates. Today's league has been turned into a now. Just watch the stat sheet. You pay me to score. You don't pay me to win. You pay me to play offense. You don't pay me to win. You label me a scorer. I'm not no 2-and-D player. How about we labeled you an NBA basketball player? And that got a responsibility that come with that. You play both offense and defense. That's what Paul Silas held me accountable to. They turned me into a robot. Come into the league with robust talent, can dribble the ball all the way up the goddamn court if I wanted to. Take it coast to coast. They said, "Oh no, you get to the dunker. You could just go dunk it." And then told me I was a rebounder on certain teams. Giving me a job because I'm an NBA player. We do a job. It's a business of basketball. Paul Silas say, and God rest his soul, because he woke a whole bus back up. Paul Silas say, "Man, let me tell you something. I'm taking your ass out just like that." He said, "I'm taking your ass out every time you don't shoot the ball." Whoever deprogrammed you from being a basketball player to being a rebounder, he said, "I'm gonna reprogram your ass. If you don't shoot the ball when you in this paint, I'm taking you out the game." And you can see many clips of Paul Silas, me catching the rebound in the paint and me throwing it back out to a guard. And Paul Silas, "God damn it, get his ass out the court. He don't want to shoot. Get him up out of here." And I'm like, "Coach, they tell me to pass the ball to any other goddamn team. What the hell am I doing wrong? You ain't on any other team. Shoot the basketball. I know you can shoot the basketball. I watched tape of you shooting the ball. Who the hell told you to stop shooting the basketball? Whoever told you that wasn't no coach." I said, "Well, damn, I had plenty of coaches that wasn't no coach then. They would tell me to get a ball to the score." He said, "Get a ball to the score." He said, "Ain't no such thing as get a ball to the score on this team. You catch a rebound in the paint that you worked hard for and you earned, you better shoot." That's what he told me. That's what he told Sagana Jock. That's what he told a lot of other players. You're not a robot on my court. You are a basketball player. And there's too many of these players get turned into robots. They get turned into guys that's filling a role. They get turned into pieces that just fit a team's puzzle. That's what the NBA has come. Pieces that fit the scorer's puzzle. You wonder why teams don't win? Let's start looking at the point guard position. You can look from the point guard position down, and I can tell you whether a team gonna win or not. If that point guard don't at least try on the other end of the court, don't fight over screens at the point of attack, don't play on both ends of the court, you're not gonna win. There's no secret why Jrue Holiday has won a championship on both Milwaukee Bucks and on Boston Celtics. Watch the way Jrue Holiday play basketball on both ends of the court, and it'll tell you why. You see so many point guards that score a bunch of points, and you wonder why it don't matter what team you put them on, they don't never win. That's because they only play one end of the court. It don't matter how many points you score if you can't stop people from scoring. That's why no practice I ever went in, they gave you the game for scoring. Every practice that I've been a part of, when they do breakdown drills, the only time that you win is when you get defensive stops. Because you have to get defensive stops and control that ball. You have to play the possession game. It's a game within the game. You got to win the rebounding, you got to win the hustle category, and you got to win three of the categories. You got to win the backboards, you got to win the hustling category, or maybe the free throw category, but you got to win three of them. And you got to win it on defense. Anytime you pick up offensive guard solely over a defensive two-way guard, I would rather have a two-way guard that's just a solid guard that don't have any holes at any spot. That's just a solid guard that's going to give me maximum effort on defense. I would rather have that than these so-called scoring guards. You're not going to win with them. And history has shown it. Derek Fisher got more championship rings than most of these so-called great point guards. And it's not just because he had Kobe Bryant. I'm just saying. I know they gonna get upset about this one. What does he know? He a bust. Yeah. I know these guys don't practice and don't play like we used to practice and play. And I know that they're not better scorers. They just have rules that allow them to score easier. They have these new traveling moves that they could do on offense that look like better offense. But no, this is not a better brand of basketball. And I think that's what MJ is talking about. These guys care more about fashion, being like the rappers. Ask them to come and training camp on shape. I dare y'all. You know how they used to let the cameras in first day on training camp, and every team, you know, most of your best teams, they would let you see their practices on training camp. They owe it to the public. Why won't they let y'all see their training camp practices like that when they go up and down? Not when they putting in the sets so a team can look at their sets. But this is the NBA. Everybody gonna know your sets. If there ain't nobody running nothing new, most of you motherfuckers just running pick and roll anyway. So why won't they show y'all the product that they get? You know how at a restaurant they got the high end restaurant, they cook right there in front of you so they can see that your meal is being prepared in a nice, clean, professional way. Everybody got nettings on, you know. Everybody got gloves on. You know, ain't nobody hawking a loogie in your food. They prepare right there in front of you. It ain't no wall in between. They might got a glass. Why won't the NBA show y'all the product they putting out? Why won't they show y'all the practices? Why don't they show y'all when they playing in some of those scrimmages in in training camp? Because what you'll see is the ugly truth. You'll see that most superstars are sitting out of training camp. You'll see that most of them are sitting on the sidelines pretending to be coach / goddamn player, like they Bill Russell or somebody. Most of the superstars today take advantage of this whole I'm a superstar. And they take advantage of it by not being true to the game no more. They don't work as hard. They don't put in the sweat equity. They don't put in the hours. And Kobe didn't cheat the game in that way. He still worked like he ain't have $1 in his pocket. Very few guys can do that. Floyd Mayweather still worked like he got $1 in his pocket. Go to the club, party like everybody else. Work like he got $1 in his pocket. Why won't they show y'all the product that y'all about to see? And you'll see real quickly why these guys get hurt so much. What these NBA coaches got to deal with. You'll see what these guys got to deal with. Load management is an excuse to not do your job. That's all it is. And even when you load manage, you're not at your tip-top shape. Just think about it. The only way you're ready, nobody in this chat is ready to play in an NBA basketball game. There is nothing that will prepare you. You can go boxing. You can go, even though boxing is one of the greatest workouts you could ever do. And that right there will get you in shape to play basketball. Trust me. If you're a boxer, you can play basketball. But nothing will get you ready for the pace, the quickness that NBA players move with for their size. Nothing will get you ready to play NBA basketball other than NBA basketball. NBA practices don't even get you ready for NBA basketball games, let alone load managing. You're only cheating your team. You're only cheating yourself. It take weeks to get ready to play. It take months to get ready to play NBA scrimmages. And then it take another month to get used to the pounding of the scrimmage. That's why they do build up the league the way they built it up. It's a perfect formula. Y'all got to get used to banging around again in practice and hitting each other. That's 7 foot, that's moving like a guy that's 5 foot. These guys are big and fast as shit. Where they eat up space in a matter of millimeters. I mean, it's so quick that they can take up space if they're trained properly. It takes months to get ready for that. And then a guy sitting on the bench, if you sat on the bench and you've been on the bench for 15 games, those guys are not ready for a full NBA game. That's how fast-paced the NBA game is. A guy that's sitting on the bench that practice all the time is not ready for the pace of a full NBA game. That's why we have to get so much extra work. Guys that's on the bench has to get extra work. They have to stay after practice. They have to come before practice. They have to work like crazy to try to simulate trying to be ready for an NBA game. Because you're going to be thrown into the fire of a pace that's so fast. I'm telling you, you can't duplicate it other than doing it. So that's why if you get a guy that's on a bench and he's ready to go from cold to moving a gazillion miles an hour, and I'm paraphrasing, but go from going cold to moving a gazillion miles an hour, because them guys be running, and you going from a dead stop to chasing people right off the rip. You go from cold lungs to on fire right off the rip. You hoping that first time out hit or that first foul, so your body's been trained to recover anaerobically. You can't wait for them first 30 seconds till somebody fouls somebody, because the mathematics of the game say every 30 seconds there's going to be a foul. Around in there, 30 seconds of play, there's going to be a foul. So you train your body anaerobically for 30 and 45 seconds of burst. If you watch the NBA, you ain't going to go 45 seconds of play without a foul. I know that seemed like, what? Are you serious? Yeah. Every 30 to 45 seconds, there's a foul. There's a foul to either go out of bounds or a foul at the free throw line. So you train your body, and some have pushed it to a minute. So how we used to do it, we used to go from train our body for 30 to a minute. When you want to be maximum, you want to be able to give maximum effort for 1 minute straight, for 60 seconds. Because it ain't never going past that. 60 seconds of play, 1 minute of play, there's going to be a foul. So they train for 30, and then you train 45, and then you train for 1 minute of work. So I would always train for 1 minute. I'm like, fuck that. I don't got to build up to the fucking 1 minute of work. I would always skip past it. Nigga, get me ready for 1 minute of work. So we put the treadmill up on 10. And then they would put the tread. If you want to train like an NBA player, I'm going to give you one drill that we would do. They would put the treadmill up on 10 pace, on speed, up on 10. They would incline the treadmill to 5. And then you would sprint for 1 minute on the treadmill. And then you stand off to the side for 1 minute. And you do 10 of those. You sprint for 1 minute of work, you rest for 1 minute of work. You want to train and see if you can play NBA basketball, do that drill. Now, if that don't make you throw up and you can still do something after that, then now you go out and you go to practice. Because I would do that before practice. Sometimes I would do it after practice. I would take my pick of what I would have the energy to do. If I went out and partied, I'm like, fuck that. Let me go ahead and get this out the way right now. And I would go ahead and run that shit out the way already, twofold. Getting them drinks out and going ahead and getting my cardio out the way. But before you say an NBA player is sorry, before you say, I think I can beat that NBA player, you better make sure you train like him. You better make sure you built like him. You better make sure you could dig at a place where he ain't going to get tired. When you finally get your confidence and you think you're going, that's when I'm going to turn up. And I'm trained to turn up to a different level if I'm in shape. I used to look at it like this. You got somebody got to pay for me, goddamn, working all like this, working this goddamn hard. Shit. You know how hard you got to work to be a bus? That's when I hear niggas that don't do nothing be talking like, nigga, if I'm a bus, then motherfucker, you know how hard you got to work to be this? You need to shut up then. Because you just said that you was a minute maggot. If I'm a bus, you's a maggot. Because I'm trained to go, nigga. I'm talking about for real. And that's why I don't disrespect nobody from the sport that they train for. Because, yeah, you might look bigger. You might look heavier than a boxer or whatever else. But if they train in that discipline, boy, they going to dig to a place that you can't go to. They going to dig to a place that size don't matter. It's either trained or untrained. And if you untrained, that should come with a level of respect that you should watch your goddamn mouth. You got to go back to the old school rules. You niggas that just sitting and playing video games and flipping your joystick, you supposed to have a little level of respect because there's certain things you can't do. Or we need to bring back that pros versus Joes and just make you niggas train like an athlete so we can watch, us athletes can watch you Negroes quit. So we can watch you not even make it to the show. And then the ones that make it to the show, they can talk a little bit more. But if you can't even make it to the show, just put a little respect on it, like Birdman said. Put a little respect on it. Or don't. Who gives a fuck? You know what I'm saying, Biz? Or don't. But that's what's wrong with the NBA. Load management ruined the NBA. This superstar mentality ruined the NBA. It really did. Because you got guys thinking that they cannot play basketball and load manage and think that that's going to help them play basketball. Oh, you know, I just load manage 15 games, 10 games, and I'll come back, I'll be ready to play. Yeah, that's going to sound good. That's going to feel good in theory, but it's going to hurt you worse in the long run because those guys are going to be moving at an even faster pace. They're going to be in a deeper level of their quick twitch muscles. Their quick twitch muscles are going to be in better shape than yours. So you're going to end up getting a lingering injury that's going to last you damn near all season long because you've been moving at a deficient pace because you've allowed other people to reach that peak physical shape at a different time than you. Philip said, who got arrested? That's the end of their career. Rozier? That's another reason why I don't want no job. God forbid I get arrested right now. I'm coming back home to a job. And I rebuke that. I rebuke you, Satan. But if I get arrested right now, I'm coming back to a job. And I rebuke you, Satan. Yeah, you got to rebuke Satan. You got to take that off your name because you don't speak nothing into this. I'm going to keep driving and living free, baby. But I'm just saying, one false step in today's world and all of those millions and all of those things that you accumulated will be at risk because I don't want to build a life on fool's gold. And today's society, you're building a life on fool's gold because you say the wrong thing on the internet, somebody wants your job. Yeah, you hurt somebody's feelings. Oh, they want your job. You go out, get a DUI or do something, they want your job. You make one mistake, it costs you your job. And you get accustomed to living off of that money. And it could be gone that easy. No, I think I'm going to take going out and getting my own money so that if I so happen to make a mistake, because I know that I'm not perfect in this. That if I just so happen to make a mistake, like we all do, I don't want my whole life to end and my way of life to be so shaken. So that's why I do what I do. We all can go out and make money. We all can take deals. We all can get contracts. But I don't want to pretend like I don't make mistakes. And I don't want nobody walking me out the door after I make a mistake. That's human nature. We all human. And we see that other people don't have to deal with their mistakes in the same manner that we have to deal with our mistakes. And I see the only difference is we keep taking the job instead of being the boss. I want to deal with my mistake from a boss level and not a worker. That's all. Because mistakes do happen and they do come. Stay away from those thotties. Boy, them thotties hard to stay away from. But at the end of the day, a man or a woman, when Jada Pinkett made her mistake, she got to make her mistake in front of the world and call it something else. And then she didn't lose her husband. She didn't lose a job. Matter of fact, y'all clap. A lot of people clap. So why is it that every time a man make a mistake, they got to highlight it as if a man is the worst scum in the world, and we just need more rules and need more things to throttle us down, and we just don't know how to act? When we see our counterparts and our beautiful females sometimes, once they're given the same situation, the same power, whether it be judges or whoever else, we have seen a judge allegedly pop her goddamn man. So when they're given the same power, they make the same mistakes. So we got to stop all this sexist, all this stupidity, trying to uplift one group over another. I'm telling you, these groups are destroying us. Trying to uplift one group over another, that is stupidity. It's never going to win. You're taking us back to tribalistic days. I know we all are tribalistic in a sense, but you're not supposed to put a group over good people. She was able to make her mistake, bring Will up there on camera, have him cry after she told the world she slept with her kid's buddy that was on drugs, that any man that would have slept with a female, if I sleep with one of my daughter's friends that's on drugs and that's not in their right mind and that don't have a lot of money, that was living in my house, somebody would have said I took advantage of that person, I groomed that person, all of the things that they don't say about Jada Pinkett Smith. So I do not believe that there's a lot of good people when they focus on the group. I keep trying to say what's destroying us, because you can't find people that'll stand on any goddamn thing no more. They stand on shit when it's directed towards a man. They stand on shit when it's directed towards the group that's not theirs. If it can make men look bad, oh, they grooming. If it make women look powerful, oh, they just doing their thing. They putting their piece over everything. That's how I know these groups are destroying us, because we don't look at behavior in the same way. A good society just watch behavior, and they label said behavior good or bad. It does not change for the gender or for the group. And what we got going on now is we don't got a society that stand on a goddamn thing. Whatever group does it, it gets a different outcome. So that's why I curse on the internet. That's why I show you. Because basketball players are not supposed to curse. We're supposed to be role models. We're supposed to be cookie cutters. But if I was a rapper, I can ask your daughter to give me fellatio on camera. Yeah, I can say, sexy little B, sexy little hoe. Let a dude play in your throat, babies. I'm trying to bust all on ya. And I can have the whole world sing this. And I can have white people control those masters, allegedly, I think I snap. And they're going to make money off that for years to come. While our society actually go out there and do this type of stuff. Have our daughters singing this song, opening their mouths up to be throat babies, because that's what our society say do. And I didn't realize how wrong it was. I was doing it to people's daughters until I had daughters, and I'm like, oh shit, throat babies, huh? You look at it a different way when you got children. Then you become the hypocrite. Yeah, that's when you become the hypocrite. You made other people cheering throat babies, and now your kids coming up singing this like it's just a badge of honor. And I'm supposed to participate like this cool when I'm watching. I got 4 daughters. And then we'll hear in society when a man like Shaq say, hey, you know, Angel Reese, you might want to show us some leg while you playing basketball. You fine. We'll make that man, you know, misogynistic. We'll come out with the fangs and the horns and the claws and everything else at Shaq. Don't you degrade a woman. Don't you sexualize a woman. Don't you do this. And then I play a song from Cardi B and them. They want a man penis in the back of their throat. The tickle the back of my throat. Pause. That's what they saying on the song. Saying how they want to get bent over and bammed and all kind of shit. All the stuff we like to do in the bedroom with the door locked and the music up and when nobody watching. Yeah, I participate. Yeah, wham, bam. But why are we singing about it? For the kids to see. So I expose hypocrites. I just go ahead and cuss and act a fool. I act just like the rapper. I act just like everything they monetize. But I know I'm acting a fool. And then when somebody questions why I'm acting like that, I question why you allowing them to do that in the music. To hear a pastor question Trump, but then a pastor don't question a drug dealer in their neighborhood is kind of weird to me. Which one has the faster, quickest effect on the community? Trump or the people who selling dope and shooting up the community? And making this a A&E movie, a documentary, to trick other kids into thinking that this is what we're supposed to do. A man with a job is a lame. A man with his pants hanging off his ass going in and out of jail is real. Down is up and up is down. And everybody telling me, I think it'll be great that you work with Gilbert. I said this a long time ago. If it ain't no respect in the room, you won't catch me in that room. I don't go in rooms for money. That'd make me a whore, a skeezer. And the one thing about me, or my family, we was never the whores. We were the whore makers. We was never the whores. And I can never be the whore or the skeezer. And doing things for money makes you a whore, in my opinion, or a skeezer, if it's just for money. And I would be doing it just for money if I allow a man to disrespect me for no reason. And it's just, I hate to say, they don't want to realize that I was right about everything I said. I was right about everything I said about these celebrities. I said, I don't want to be no goddamn celebrity. These niggas think they really badass for real. These niggas think they modern day rappers. And Most of them gonna get a RICO, because most of them run around with kids from the hood that don't got nothing, and instead of them trying to build businesses so they can have something, they having them around them toting toolies and doing stupid shit so they can act tough. They walk in RICOs. Because we from a culture that we tell basketball players to go take they walking Target billboard ass to the strip club. I was a part of it. Instead of going to a coffee shop so they can actually talk to somebody and get to know them first. Even at the coffee shop, you just as much as a blinking light. But at the strip club, that's disaster. So many ways to die. They might as well put up 1,000 ways to die. With you niggas in the strip club with drug dealers and killers and scammers, all up under one building. How does that fit? Millionaires tied to corporations in the club with street niggas and killers and murderers. Sounds like a smart place to be every day. And I was a part of it. So I'm no better. I ain't have nobody getting online telling me that it's not a smart place for you to hang out though. I ain't had nobody telling me, yo, you a millionaire, man. You might want to go to, little spots that, millionaires supposed to be at. There's more millionaires. Otherwise, you in the food chain. Anything can happen in here. They can set up that Dulo twist in here. Send one nigga at you and send another nigga to say today. Now you indebted to some people that you don't know is all in the same group. Told you, Dulo twist. These young players think these cats love them. They get up under these street cats, and boy, look here. Once the pressure of the streets get a hold of you, it's over with. You niggas might as well accept the fact that you lame, and that's how everybody view you as lame. And you gotta accept the fact that the girls around you probably messing with some street niggas. And if you don't watch your circle, they gonna hurt you. Because most of you sleeping with a girl that belong to somebody in the streets, and they getting all your rundown. They downloading all your information from that girl. She act like she like you, but what is she around you for? If she only got vagina for you, and I'm here for you, you might want to get that motherfucker away from you. That's a ticking time bomb waiting to happen. Because she thinks she actually helping you by being available for you. So that's a price to pay. I don't want nobody that could be around me all day. If you got time to be around me all day, then I'm the job. You working me. And NBA players, all of you niggas got all these niggas around you, they ain't doing nothing but working you. You the job. What man got enough time to be around you all day? Are you paying the niggas around you? You better start if you ain't. You better pay them to do a job. And they better understand their job and do it well. Don't pay them to be your friend. Don't pay them to be your bodyguard, because if they shoot a tool around you anyway, you open up to lawsuits, wrongful death suits. I don't know why you niggas won't just go get a police officer. Be way better for you. Because you know why? Because y'all can't fuck with the police. Y'all can't fuck with the police. I don't know why you won't just go get a police officer. It'd be a way lot cheaper, way less liability. You don't want to have your homeboy's family chasing you around talking about he the reason why he died, or he the reason why he in prison, and y'all owe me some money, and you don't want to have to deal with those type of things. It'd be way cheaper to get an off-duty cop. You ain't gonna look real, but you'll be really safe, because y'all can't fuck with the police. Are you breaking up relationships again? How? I don't know how. I was just keeping it 100. I don't have no bunch of niggas around me, because if a bunch of niggas around a man all day, they ain't doing nothing but watching what that man doing. They watching, okay, he got this girl, And if you was anything like me, you had this girl, you got that girl, you got this girl, you got this baby mama, you got this second baby mama. She like, girlfriend number two, you know it's being freaky. She don't know what to do. She girlfriend number two. Yes, that's how I had it back in the day. Baby mama one, baby mama two, baby mama three. If you with it, you with it. It's better to stay in a big dog house than a little one, baby. You better pick up on the game. I'm telling you something you need to hear. All these niggas gonna cheat on you. Now, what you want to do? You want to go out here in these streets and get hard knees and rusty feet, or you want to listen to what a true player trying to already understand what he told you? Okay, you choose the streets. All right, holla. See you when you get back. I already know you're gonna blame everything on me anyway. But it bees like that. It bees like that sometimes, you know. You gotta take the good with the bad. No bullshit. Bullshit you not. I had a baby mama admit it to me the other day. She was like, you a damn sure right. Now she relegated to a nigga coming over, hitting it whenever she claimed he hit it whenever she feel like it. I said, man wins again. You got a nigga with no responsibility till you coming over there just beating your back out. You should have listened when I was telling you to shut up. That's what, at least I'm giving you child support. Shut up. Let me come on over here, handle business. At least you're fucking your baby daddy. It'll be way better for you. She ain't want to listen. Now, see, ladies, I'm not telling y'all about that. I know they finna call me all kind of istics. Just modernistic, misogynistic. But listen, at that time, at least my baby ain't seen no bunch of men coming in and out of there. You know, once she hit the street, one nigga went to jail, other nigga go up out of there. It was just a rotation of niggas. So ain't that better? She went out there in the street, told me what she was gonna find. I'm gonna get me this. I'm still fine. I'm gonna get all this. I'm gonna find a nigga. I said, you damn sure gonna find a nigga with all that ass. I know you gonna find a nigga. That ain't nothing. But I told her, you'll never find another nigga like me. I told her, bitch, I pay your bills. These niggas happy I pay your bill because now you finna let them hit because you don't need nobody to do what I'm already doing. So now all you finna do is get them niggas a hotel room to hit you in. You know, you dumb. You really set up for the other nigga now. You just stupid. I'm ashamed to say I got a baby by you. You at least should make the nigga have something and pay for a hotel room. You just dumb. You know? Now that's why I don't like broke chicks. I can't have sex with broke chicks. I gotta have, at least if I'm gonna have a baby by a chick, she gonna have her own money. So at least, if she gonna be dumb, she gonna be dumb with some of her money. Don't be dumb with my money. Shit. That'll make a nigga want to go to jail. Don't be dumb with my money. Be dumb with your shit. And then they get to that age to where they didn't want to listen when they were fine. And then when they get old, bent up, whopped up, stopped up, now they just want to say, well, this is my choice. It's way easier. It's way easier just to deal with a man when I feel like it than to deal with all that stress. Well, bitch, I told you that 20 years ago. Now you want to sit up here and act like you a genius. When your hips ain't no good, you can't get the leg up like I used to like it. Nah, I ain't what I used to be either, but at least we could have grew together. You know? Now you done been whopped up, bopped up, and now you want to talk about, well, we can do it now. Oh, hell to the no. See, no. You should have listened. We still can do that. I started acting like the Three Stooges put the brakes on that. I used to love when he did that on the Three Stooges. Stop that. Put a pause on that shit. Hell no. Lies lie. Because life gonna teach you. You're gonna learn one way or the other. Lies lie. When you make a decision, you better make that goddamn decision. Because lies lie. Put a pause on that, baby. That's over with. How many times you done been tricked? Shit. What up, big dog? Yo,
What you got going on?
I'm on live real quick and they can hear you. But I'm about,
Oh,
yeah. I'm gonna call you when I get up out of here.
let me just tell the people over the line, man. I'm sure you already heard not all the people get sick, though.
You,
Somebody just told me.
you said what?
Your folks here is snitched on.
Somebody getting snitched on?
Well, we got a live behind a poker game now.
Huh?
We'll give you a little hint. Basketball players that went to jail behind a poker game. A lot of people going to jail behind that now.
Oh yeah, Whack 100 talked about that shit. He said he know Gil. He said Gil gonna snitch like a motherfucker and say, "I'm not a street dude. What do you expect? You ain't goddamn right I snitch." Hey, look, I'm on live. I'm gonna play that shit in a minute. Whack 100 was like, "Man, Gil don't give a fuck." He gonna say, "Yeah, shit. Damn right I snitched. I'm not a street cat. What do you expect? I'm from Santa Monica."
Hey, okay, give me back.
All right.
All right.
Yeah, man. Whack 100 that talked about Gil. Now let's see if Tears and all these guys that's making all these videos about me dissing me. Let's see if they diss Whack 100. Let's see if they go up there and say Whack 100 lame and Whack 100 hating on Gil and all that stuff they say about me. Everybody get an opinion on Gil. He don't get mad at nobody else but me. Whack 100 got up there and called him a snitch. Say he gonna snitch. Say he's just a prankster, a kid, and say he respected. He said Gil is a nutcase. He'll fly off the handle. Everybody say the same thing about this dude that know him. Say he'll fly off the handle. He's a loose cannon, but he'll listen to him. Say he get himself in all kind of stuff. So what does that tell you? What does that tell you? But Gil ain't gonna say nothing about nobody else but me. Gil just snitched on. Wait a minute now. Hold on, man. Hold on, man. I gotta find this story. You got to be bullshit. Boy, was I right. Let me find this. Hey, I'm laughing again, y'all. I wonder if he gonna flag the hell out of me for laughing. Hey, I'm laughing while it's still free in America to laugh. Can I laugh, YouTube? YouTube. I'm not harassing. I'm not bullying anybody. I just have a right to laugh at what I think is funny. I should have that right to laugh at anything I think funny. This is all comical to me. This is all internet. This is all for comedy, and I just want to see. I just want to see what's going on here. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's pull over for this one. Let's see what's going on. They done sent me an article right here. Let's see what doesn't happen. What doesn't happen? uh, and then the white boy done bought this dude off. They done bought him. He had to sell that company. He had to cash out. He cashed out, boy. They done bought that company. NBA coach Chauncey Billups, player Terry Rozier arrested in gambling probes. Miami Heat player Terry Rozier and Portland Trail Blazers coach Chauncey Billups were arrested in Florida as part of a gambling investigation. Ooh. Former player Damian Jones was also arrested in Las Vegas as part of a probe, and an FBI spokesperson to NBC News. The U.S. Attorney's Office in Brooklyn, New York, and the FBI Director Kash Patel are scheduled to hold a press conference on the case. Jesus Christ, this nigga Gil, boy, I told you. Goodness gracious. Jesus. Lord Jesus, there's a fire. Lord sweet Jesus, there's a fire. Oh, Lord have mercy. Oh, man. My brother, when I tell you I know how to dodge bullet, my daddy once took a bullet to the face, took a bullet to the teeth. When I tell you I know how to dodge bullet, I dodge bullet. Hey, I got to play this real quick, y'all. I got to go into this gas station and use the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Democrats would rather give a fish here and there and keep black people in poverty and keep black people voting for them based on dumbass policies like the ones that you're talking about, instead of teaching black people how to get out of poverty. But I want you to understand something. There are black billionaires, okay? There are black millionaires in America. So for you to act like black people cannot get out of poverty on their own, it's racist, in my opinion. You look down at black people because you think that they're going to stay in poverty unless you save them. I, however, think that black people are more than capable of getting themselves out of shitty situations. As I said before, we have black billionaires and millionaires in America. This little fake idea that y'all have created that you care about black people because it's some dumbass policy that y'all are pushing is just a Trojan horse. Have you ever heard of Black Wall Street? Did you know that Democrats actually burnt it down? Is that one of the policies you're talking about that's getting black people out of poverty? Oh, did we forget that part of history? That's so weird. Did we also forget that Democrat cities also get more federal funding if their crime rates are higher? Wait, so am I saying that they want more crime so that they make more money? Oh, but my capitalism! No, that's actually corruption. Also, aren't y'all the ones that say that statistically white people are the ones that are more so on welfare? Isn't that what y'all say all the time? So would that mean that white people are actually poorer? That's weird. That doesn't really go along with your narrative. So anyways, back to reality. I think black people are more than capable of tying their own bootstraps, and they don't need the help of a white liberal helping to tie their own shoes.
Hey, she gets no pushback from me. And this young lady, just so you guys know, she is responding to someone who posted a screenshot stating that black people are the highest population of people in the country that are in poverty, which isn't true. That's not an actual fact there. It's just not. And as usual, this type of rhetoric, it does spread like wildfire because people love bad news when it confirms their bias. But here's the truth that they won't share with you. Black American poverty rate is at 17%, and that is actually a historic low. Things are improving. In fact, over 80% of Black Americans are now working class or higher, with nearly half, actually over half, about 46% are in the middle class. They're middle class working professionals. That's not failure. That's what I would call progress. You can't refute it. But I want to talk about what's really driving poverty. And to be honest with you, it's really not about skin color. It's about family structure. In 2021, 31.7% of children in single parent families lived at or below the poverty line, compared to 9.5% in two parent households. The pattern holds. Married couples and the families had a poverty rate of about 6%, while single mother families were over 30%. That's not a coincidence. That's what you would call cause and effect.
Don't you blame nobody. Don't you blame nobody. That's what they're going to say. Ain't nobody going to take this in and really take it serious and listen to what's being said. They're just going to get upset, okay? They're just going to get upset.
This is what I mean when I say there's a reason they call it the Democrat plantation. And the brother Malcolm X tried to tell us this decades ago. He said that we're used as political football, kept on a dependent system that rewards dysfunction and punishes disorder. But don't take my word from you. But don't take my word. I want you to listen to Brother Malcolm real quick.
You're the one who sent Kennedy to Washington. You're the one who put the present Democratic administration in Washington, D.C. The whites were evenly divided. It was the fact that you threw 80% of your votes behind the Democrats that put the Democrats in the White House. When you see this, you can see that the Negro vote is the key factor. And despite the fact that you are in a position to be the determining factor, what do you get out of it? The Democrats have been in Washington, D.C. only because of the Negro vote. They've been down there 4 years. And all other legislation they wanted to bring up, they brought it up and gotten it out of the way, and now they bring up you. And now they bring up you. You put them first, and they put you last. Because you're a chump. A political chump.
The reality is this, man. We don't need more government programs. What we really need is God's divine order back in our homes. The word of God is crystal clear on this. But seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things.
And again, most people are just going to get upset with that. Most people are not going to want to hear the truth. So, again, I know that's going to hurt that the lady was white and this brother is speaking facts. But again, somehow truth today is hate speech. Truth today is hurt speech and all kind of weirdo labels and names that they give it. And they're teaching this to children that I was taught the truth which I finally realized that's a guy ain't gonna lie. Yeah, no, true. The truth will set you free from a job, free from your friends, because nobody don't want to hear the truth no more. The truth, they look at that as, ooh, you committed a crime. You done hit somebody. But it looks like Mr. Arenas done struck again. I don't know if this is connected to Gilbert particularly snitching. I don't have all of the evidence, but if one would have to guess, uh, how you find out an NBA coach is gambling would come from NBA people or NBA sources. So, but I don't know 100%. But if I had to guess, I think it has something to do with that dummy. And now this is ruining the brand of the NBA because now you have a lot of these gambling sites and gambling organizations tapped in directly with sports and sports betting. Like they're gonna have to do something about that, or they're gonna be a lot of other players going down for the feds, and they can bet in between the game at halftime. They got their cell phone right there. Nigga, I'm gonna miss a layup in the fourth quarter at the 3-minute mark, and they can go out there and miss that shit right then and there. Yeah, if they know they gonna play a certain amount of minutes, I'm gonna miss a layup in the third quarter, very start of the third, first 2 minutes. I'm gonna miss a 3-pointer. Then they go out there and airball a three. They don't want $80,000. That's stupid to mess up your career for some stuff like that. But hey, you never know, man. Niggas could be having baby mama drama. You know, people could be getting pressure from money getting stolen from them from these street cats. A lot of these NBA players don't got the money that you think because they got to pay everybody around them to be around them. They buy friends, they buy girls, they buy friendships. They pay the dudes that hang with them so they don't attack them. Because trust me, all these people that's hanging with these guys, they don't really like them. All you gotta do is ask the girls around them. They don't really like them. And a lot of these NBA players be ready to crash out because they know they ain't nothing but a walking lick. But dang, boy, that's the gift that keep on giving. Silly Gilly all in 1 week. It looks like he has something to do with this snitching. I don't know. He can hit the link. Let me text him and see. I'm going to text him and say, Gil, you had anything to do with this snitching, boy? If you had something to do with this snitching, go ahead and let me know. You know I didn't have anything to do with anything. You and Cino just want to make me look bad. It don't got nothing to do with the felonies that he go get. But I tell you what, in my brother African voice, you can say that I know how to dodge a bullet. When I told you all before that Gilbert Arenas was a dumb jackass, you guys thought that I was just hating on Mr. Arenas. But I was not hating on Mr. Arenas. I cannot unsee what I already know. I already know what I see. And I can't unsee. I already know he's a jackass. I've already seen he's a jackass. I don't need to know or see anything else. I give him props where props due. He know how to trick white people into giving him large sums of money. He's been doing it all his life, letting them down every time. And he did it again. But I knew once Mr. Arenas reached the mountaintop, he is not going to stay focused on the ball. He's going to focus on showing out. He one of them showboat blacks. Yes, showboat blacks. He's a showboat black. don't care about any moral principle. He come from nothing. He don't know any better. Backseat baby. No stability coming up. No mother, no father. Backseat. Backseat baby. Act like backseat baby adult. So I knew that his behavior was going to soon get him in trouble. And his behavior has gotten him in trouble again. Every time Mr. Arenas gets the light on him, he fumbles the light. He does not know what to do with the light. So I must go down as genius because I dodge bullet. You got to state the good with the bad. It's not just about the money. The man fumbled the bag by going to jail, federal charges, or something serious. And in my culture, we look at that as something serious. We don't like undisciplined blacks, showboat blacks, that get arrested for no reason because he wants to be an international pimp. He has disgraced his friends. He let another man talk about his friends like they were nothing. Talk right in front of him. In order to receive praise, he will let you diss his whole show. No moral compass. All he wants is the money. He'll trade all those guys out for money. Trade his wife out for money. So when I say he's a jackass, it's not from hating. We always call everything hating. There was no hating. I spoke my opinion, and now my opinion has come to light. And now we have to now point it out as a fact, as now I'm entering it into the record books as fact. Yes, it is now fact. This man is a certified, bona fide jackass that knows how to make money, and that's it. No more, no less. High price, high paid fool. He better listen to Kwame Brown, hold on to money, gain real assets, not assets that not using his talent for everything. You're not going to be able to work forever. You got to have not just buy home. You buy a lot of home. Everybody tell me about his real estate portfolio, and I look and they all liability. Those are not the type of real estate you need. You need to listen. Stop talking. Now, Gil gonna be all right. I'm gonna tell you what he gonna do, and I know him. That's why I keep talking to him like this. Everything I say, he's gonna go do. I remember when I told y'all that I told this motherfucker I want to shoot on this side of the court, and that's where we shot it. So everything I say, he's gonna go do. I texted him the other night. I said, "Look here, nigga, you can get in a deal with me. We go get 300 keys." Gilbert is never gonna do that. That's not his personality. What Gil is gonna do, he's gonna say, "F you." He's gonna wait a little while longer. He's gonna put a bunch of money towards about 600 keys. He's gonna buy a bunch of real estate, and then he's gonna come back out and say, "See, y'all, I be in the turnkey. You know, I got 600 keys. I'm Mister Got the Keys," and it's gonna be okay. Those who know are gonna laugh. And I'm going to laugh on the inside, but I'm going to know that I upgraded this nigga a little bit. I showed him the way because all he needed is somebody to show him the way. He want me to be his big brother without being his big brother. You know, he a little nigga to me, you know. I'm older than this boy. He a little brother, you know. I'm going to teach him. Through the internet, I'm going to teach him. I'm going to just keep telling him things. I know his male bravado and his ego won't let him say that he's learning. He's just going to remix it back to y'all as if it's his own thing. And that's cool. If that's the way he want to learn, and if that I can get him to use his money in that way by him trying to insult me, then that's what I'll do for him. I'll help his family in that way because he too damn dumb to steer them in the right way. Got white folks paying his cousin, paying his wife, and now they all about to be fired. See, Gil, you wasn't ready to be married. See, that's why I ain't married. See, I'm not married right now. Yeah, I can't pay my wife no salary she deserves. You supposed to have 160 million. Your wife's supposed to be working for you. You know, them white men ain't dumb. They go out and get black women and they build their companies up. So the man that has the means to do so, you supposed to have that woman right in the house working on the business that you got. Expect you, she'll feel comfortable knowing that she growing herself. You a man that got your own. Helping you grow that shit, bro. She already in the same business that you in. But you gonna paying your wife. You're gonna let the white man stop paying you. And it's okay. It's just different perspectives. There's no problem. You win the money argument every time. You got paid a shit ton of money. And if that's all you want, money, and not control the space that you in, go get the money. Go get the money. I'm not telling you what to do, nigga. Go get the money. But just at those where it's time to cut the butt out the duck. Five. You got a cute cousin, and she about to get fired first. How you think that you done learned how to live with that money? And you did a great job getting her hired. But how you think it's gonna feel that you did a great job getting her hired? She done learned to live with that type of money, and now your actions gonna get her fired. So damn, Gil, man, come on, dog. How you going through so much of your woman on vacation? Man, listen, if I know Gil, that situation is an arrangement. If I know Gil like I think I know Gil, Gil got a bunch of hoes. And then that's just that's just his main girl that got the ring, and then he got a bunch of hoes. If I know Gil, I don't know Gil. I'm just saying, if I know Gil, I don't know Gil. But that is a breaking story that this dude is Chauncey Billups and all these guys arrested all of a sudden. I can't wait to get the details to see if Gilbert Arenas had something to do with that. I need to call Cino and see if Cino know anything that I don't know. But I'll wait till he make his video because you know we all content creators. So I'll wait till he make his video because it's about to be some smoke in the city. But let me play this part with Kmart didn't like this. And they better get these damn sports shows, these sports books away from these NBA players. I don't know who thought that was a good idea. These niggas we be gambling on the plane the whole time. Boy, it's gonna be a lot of baby mamas going out, boy. They gonna be thinking that them contracts full. Them contracts gonna be already leveraged at the casinos. There's some of them niggas got it so bad. Salute to your love, Jazz, for a speech class. hey, it's gonna be a lot of contracts already owed to them casinos before these guys even get the money. And I'm a Chauncey Billups fan, but I know Chauncey Billups gambled, but I didn't know he gambled. I don't know if he gambled on NBA games. I don't know what they accuse him of. Cino live right now. Let me see. There's a lot of people live about that right now. It's the whole YouTube live. The whole YouTube is live.
What the hell is going on today? Shams Charania just reported that Chauncey Billups, the head coach of the Portland Trail Blazers, was also arrested this morning for alleged illegal gambling. What the hell is going on? We just talked about the situation with Terry Rozier. Now, Trailblazers coach is also involved. Wow. I get it. I have no idea why they're making millions of dollars a year. They're just throwing it away. Crap, this. I know this is the mind that we talk about Terry Rozier again, and then this it's just ridiculous. People like us who work 9 to 5, who don't make money like this, drive ourselves bonkers with stuff like this. We have all the finances in the world and just throw it away. Start your comments now.
And that's gonna be the problem. That's gonna be the problem right there. That's gonna be the problem when the average casual fan and the average American start winning. Every time I get right here, it drops. Can't stand these trucks that make it so hard for you to get over. But nah, it just dropped me down. I don't know what was going on. But I know they're not gonna tell. They're not gonna say it. But I believe a lot of people. They brought the brooms out. They sweeping. They sweeping. Anybody that was a near Gil, Doug, get out. And this is all allegedly. I don't know if this had anything to do with Gil or not. But I'm just making an assumption. Get out. Gifted 10 Kwame Brown Bus Life membership. Salute to you, bro. This is just me giving an observation. I don't know this in any way, shape, or form to be fact. This can be looked at as satire and as jokes. But get out. Anybody that you better duck. If you've been at a gambling house, just assume that you've been on camera. And get your affairs in order. Go find an attorney. Boy, look at here, boy. Hey, God don't play by me, boy. Not gonna let me around no foolishness for no money. Yeah, God don't play by me, boy. Not falling for the banana in the tailpipe. I don't want to be around that. You know how much money this finna cost? What's the point of making all this money that you bragging about and that people bragging about when it's gonna cost millions of dollars to fight this case? Guess what the money going to? Come on, man. 5 lawyers and they all okay. Keep praising a culture of getting in trouble. Cause I got 5 lawyers and they all what color? What are they? I'm just saying. That's why I be in the house, man. Living lame is the best way to live. We know who getting that money back. All that money made, they gonna boy once they see. This is the thing that people don't understand. This is why there's real trouble in the city, right? Because the reason why Underdog is taking his name off, I know we like to downplay everything in our community, but the reason why Underdog is taking their name off, taking Gil's name off, and they got to kind of slide back away from Gil, because you know when the feds come, once the feds see that you done made a profit off of some illegal gambling, they like to take account of all the money. They don't just say, okay, well, that portion ain't had nothing to do with gambling and this portion had something to do with gambling. They like to come in and say all of this shit is help funding the gambling, the illegal gambling. So they'll take legal businesses, they'll take all the legal shit, anything to something illegal. I know some niggas that done tried to flip. They hit the lotto and try to flip a little bit of money, try to go get a pack because that's all they know. Try to flip a little something, something. The feds come, they take the lotto money, they take everything. You mix the what with the what? You mix the what with the what? You can't do that. So if he took a rake and the feds found out Gil actually took a rake and they can prove that he made money off this shit, then he in way more trouble than he made out. So in order to get out of that trouble and not have all of his accounts frozen, he gonna have to get down and lay down. And that means anything he know, he gonna have to say. It's a must or his ass going to jail. And everybody keeps saying, what's so illegal about friends getting together and gambling? Nothing. But if you say all of us friends getting together and gambling, and to come in here, it's going to cost you $10, and then every time you lay a bet down, it's going to cost you goddamn $5 per bet. That's you taking a rake off of each hand. You ain't no damn casino. If that's the case, every weekend we'll have casinos in everybody's living room. Now Kwame is filled with hatred because I'm stating the fact. So did anything I say was not true? I'm no attorney, but I know what unless the feds just did something different with my brothers, because when the feds come in, they don't waste time sorting out how much money you use for something illegal. They try to prove that the whole criminal enterprise was used to fund whatever you was doing that was illegal. That's what they gonna try to prove. That all this shit was a front. Underdog was a front. This whole Gil's Arena was a front for his illegal gambling business. Why you think Gil's Arena ain't up there no goddamn more? It's called The Arena. What is this car doing? Why you think it's called the moment that man got slapped, Cuffs got slapped on him? He said the truth. He said the moment Cuffs got slapped on me, that name changed. Yeah, that name changed because the underdog ain't stupid. The feds play a different game. If somebody that got 50% of a company is taking rakes at a game and his name is on a company called Gil's Arena, and Gil just told y'all he talked too much. He said it was a concept. It's only something if they sell it. So they can change the name to said concept. And now Gilbert done made Gil's Arena damn near unsellable because who's going to buy something that's connected to the feds and illegal gambling? The feds could just say, we taking Gil's Arena because it was funding a criminal enterprise. I'm just saying, this is why you don't mix something illegal with something legal. This is why when you get something legit, you stay legit. Said, dang, I gifted my memberships. Ain't that you gifted your own membership? What the? How we gift you a membership back? No, let's not make this no threatening, no establishment. We always do that, man. This is why I say I watch behavior. This is why it absolved me from all that. We black, and why we talking about black people? No, y'all don't want to watch the behavior. Everything ain't about no damn conspiracy. Everything ain't about nobody trying to take down the black man. Some of this stuff is about these niggas just stupid. And we got to call a spade a spade. Some of these guys are their own worst nightmare. And when I tried to call it out, they called me a hater. When I tried to call it out, they said I'm a hater. So, okay, well, time will tell. Now he want to bring it back to a basketball career. Oh, yeah, basketball. Okay, well, you were so great at basketball. Why the hell was you driving up the 405 by yourself with nothing to do? And why in the hell you got Fed charges right now? Why all these other brothers about to get allegedly taken away from their family or spend some money? It's a dirty game out here, B. Yeah, I'm talking about certain individuals. I ain't generalizing everybody. Boy, look at here. Feds ain't bullshit. They putting these Negroes on notice. Y'all want to run around here thinking you go just intimidate, bully people, and jump on people with your group? Boy, they ain't playing that no more. And all it takes is for one person to do something stupid and watch the fleas fall off fluffy. And the only person that stay free is the jackass that always knew what he was going to do from the get-go. And that's why I said, I don't want to be around that dude. I don't want to be around that dude. No. This nigga ain't no team player never. Yeah, you ain't never been a team player. God, dog. Always been a 1-4 flat dummy. So now all these people finna get locked up. Oh, man. Do y'all think it's connected? Anybody in the chat, let me know if y'all think this is connected to Gilbert Arenas. Of Chauncey Billups and Rozier going to jail. You think it's a little inside snitchification? He said, hell yeah. And he know ain't nobody gonna do nothing about it. They hug snitches now. That's crazy. Gil, let me ask you, do you want to defend yourself? Did you snitch on these people? Let me tell you this. I forgot to say if he snitched on people. God, no, man. All because he want to be an international pimp. What's up, my Instagram tripping now? Oh, this nigga ain't live. Now he dark today. Where you at, Gil? Where you hiding at, boy? That's why you hiding today. He said he was gonna snitch. Let me drop my link. We know he's watching. Hey, Gil, how much cheese did they feed you? Listen, did they give you that block cheese, Gil? Did they at least give you the big block cheese? I'm hungry than a baby Bengal wolf. My boy Chris Whitney used to say that. I'm hungry as I don't know what. See, Gil, you gotta start doing that, man. Give props what props do, man. Damian Jones has been arrested too. God, dog. Gil gonna get half the NBA arrested. So there go the props that y'all gave Gil for giving out all those jobs. He doing his job. That goddamn tether He got that. This ain't the only players he done got arrested. Gil, you tried to get me, but I'm not guilty. No, buddy. No charges for the bus. I got a PhD in these niggas. Won't be around me. Because I don't really trust niggas. Yeah. Gil gonna get a sweetheart deal, man. He ain't gonna do nothing but probation. Damn, boy. Good thing he got money. Hey, Gil, the link in the chat. How many more going down? Tell us, Gil. How many more fathers gonna be away from their son? Breaking news. Gil might get LeBron to go down. You know he been around LeBron. He might get LeBron locked up. Not to say LeBron was gambling with him. But if I know Gil, he probably told him that. Yes, I gamble with LeBron. Anything. Just open up the cage. I'll get you whoever you need me to get you. You want Kwame Brown? Oh, no, he doesn't like me. I ain't going to be able to get him. I can 100% see him saying something like that. Damn, Gil. Tell me you didn't do this to your fraternity brothers. Tell me you ain't get a Hall of Famer locked up, man. Hang around somebody, Hall of Famers go to jail. I don't know if he did or not. But hang around something. That's why I said it like this. Hang around somebody. NBA is busted for illegal gambling. Yeah, that's why I said somebody. Hang around somebody. I ain't going to say his name because I don't know it to be true. But hang around somebody, I think. Allegedly. I think I allegedly snapped. And I don't know nothing about nothing. But I do know it's a lot of NBA players in jail. And I think it's a little bit suspicious that Mr. Arenas got arrested and got out so quickly. I find that suspicious. Yeah, I found that suspicious. Now, Gil, the link is in the chat. Now, I know you watching. Did the feds tell you couldn't talk? The players going live? Cash Patel is live. Let's see. I want them to say Gilbert Arenas is working with authorities. That's what I want them to say. Gil Arenas. I want Cash Patel to get up there and say, I want Gilbert Arenas is working with authorities to bring down all these guys who's gambling. I'd be like, wow, told you. I told you. This damn tether.
We're drowning, unquote. As a reminder, this is pretty ominous, but you remember the article a few days ago where the Democrats were quoted saying they won't reopen the government unless, quote, planes are falling out of the sky, unquote. We pray to God it doesn't come to that, obviously. But the longer this shutdown goes on, and as fewer air traffic controllers show up to work,
planes are coming out of the sky.
The American people is thrown further into jeopardy. Now, I'm heartened that we have a leader like Secretary Duffy. He has an extraordinary team. We have extraordinary air traffic controllers in this country.
Wow.
And they are maintaining the safety
They're going to keep the government shut down?
But right now, there are 13,000 air traffic.
Yeah, we got Cash Patel. Come on to the panel, Cash Patel. Tell us what's going on. Hey, can I play this live on the internet? Can I show y'all? I don't know if I can show y'all this. Can I put it on the screen right here, y'all? If so, I'll put it up here. Let me know if that's a flaggable offense. Yes, you can. Yes, you should be able to. Hold on now. Let me check the source. I got to ask Rodney, man. Y'all might be out to get me, man. I can't trust nobody. It's news. You good, fam? Okay. There's a few people I know ain't going to steer me wrong. Sorry. You know what I mean? One more, they're going to take your boy up out the game. You feel me? One more, the kid out the game. Let's see what Cam Patel got to say. He better not say Gilbert name. Cam Patel, you better not say Gilbert name. I know that. You better not say Gilbert told on nobody. You better not. Yeah, man, this gonna be good. Gilbert ain't answering the phone. He already know what's to be said. I believe they're gonna say we working closely in connection with Angelo Arenas. Angelo has provided good enough information that I think we can make all our arrests. And we're gonna protect them and give them good money for the Israeli mob. He is now our boy. We love him.
Heads up. Here we go.
He is now our boy. We love him. And we're going to take care of our boy. His wife hauled ass and left for Paris. I'm not being around this shit. I know you teller. I come from Jamaican royalty. And I got gangsters in my family. We don't snitch. I'm out. He left. Uh-oh, Cash Patel. Let's do it. Let's see. Angelo Arenas.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Joseph Nocella. I am the United States Attorney for the Eastern District of New York. I'd like to welcome you here today. In addition, we have with us today FBI Director Kash Patel, FBI Assistant Director in Charge Christopher Rea of the New York Field Office, Special Agent in Charge of the New York Field Office Leslie Bakshies, New York Special Agent in Charge of Homeland Security Ricky Patel, Newark Special Agent in Charge of Homeland Security Michael McCarty, Police Commissioner Jessica Tisch, Chief of Detectives Joseph Kenny, and the Executive Director of the Waterfront Commission, Phoebe Sorrell. I'm now going to turn the podium over to FBI Director Kash Patel.
Good morning. Today we are here in New York to announce a historic arrest across a wide-sweeping criminal enterprise that envelops both the NBA and La Cosa Nostra. The men and women up here standing with me represent a small portion of the leadership team that brought profound justice in an era that needed it more than any. I'll just highlight some of the details in the case and the FBI work, and then you'll hear from the others. But as you now know, individuals such as Chauncey Billups, Damon Jones, and Terry Rozier were taken into custody today, former, current NBA players and coaches. What you don't know is that this is an illegal gambling operation and sports rigging operation that spanned the course of years. The FBI led a coordinated takedown across 11 states to arrest over 30 individuals today responsible for this case, which is very much ongoing. Not only did we crack into the fraud that these perpetrators
He ain't even been there.
committed on the grand stage of the NBA, but we also entered and executed a system of justice against La Casa Nostra to include the Bonanno, Gambino, Genovese, and Lucchesi crime families. And you'll hear more about those details today. The charges and the arrests that were taken down across this country range from wire fraud, money laundering, extortion, robbery, illegal gambling. This FBI will leave no room for any perpetrator of crime across this country. You hear a lot about our work of defending the homeland and crushing violent crime. Well, this work is also representative of a colossal portion of the FBI's mandate to keep America safe and to keep our entertainment industry fair and secure. The men and women that are standing up here today worked tireless hours, days, months, and years. And the fraud is mind-boggling. It's not hundreds of dollars. It's not thousands of dollars. It's not tens of thousands of dollars. It's not even millions of dollars. We're talking about tens of millions of dollars in fraud and theft and robbery across a multi-year investigation. And we could not have done it without our interagency partners that are before us today. The NYPD, HSI, and teams of law enforcement officials from around the country made this day possible. It takes a team to bring this kind of justice, sweeping justice, into the halls of the United States courtrooms, where our brave United States attorney has led this prosecution. It takes courageous prosecutors to stand before you and say, we will not allow this kind of illicit activity to happen, not only at the national sporting level, but also where it hides in La Casa Nostra. And when these two collided together, they perpetrated a fraud that is historic in terms of not just money, but the scheme and the deceit that they utilize to steal and swindle people for money, to include crypto fraud. This is an operation that showcases to you that under President Trump's administration, there is no room for any type of criminal behavior, be it on the world's largest stage or in the back rooms of tiny parlors where card games are being played. We are proud to stand here today with the men and women of the FBI and this legal team. And to the United States Attorney, I just want to thank you personally for taking the time to display the work that the media is about to hear about today in detail. As I said, it does take courageous prosecutors, but it takes a courageous United States Attorney to bring this case, because we are going to take heat for it. But we don't shy away in this administration. We don't say no. What we do is we bring the results across the finish line. We bring them to the public. We bring you accountability. And yes, they will have their day in court, and you will hear the evidence through the court system exclusively. We will not deny anyone of due process. And that's the brilliance of this system. That's the brilliance of this administration. Everyone will be held to account. So with that, I turn it over to United States Attorney Nosella. Thank you.
Thank you, Director Patel. To be clear, we're announcing today indictments in two major cases, both involving fraud. One involves sports betting, and the other involves illegal gambling, very specifically rigged poker games. The first indictment involves 6 defendants who are alleged to have participated in one of the most brazen sports corruption schemes since online sports betting became widely legalized in the United States. This scheme is an insider sports betting conspiracy that exploited confidential information about National Basketball Association athletes and teams. The second indictment involves 31 defendants alleged to have participated in a nationwide scheme to rig illegal poker games. These defendants, which include former professional athletes, used high-tech cheating technology to steal millions of dollars from victims in underground poker games that were secretly fixed. The games in the New York area were backed by the Bonanno, Gambino, and Genovese crime families of La Cosa Nostra. While the cases are separate, there are 3 overlapping defendants charged in both cases: Damon Jones, Eric Ernest, and Shane Hennon. The indictments in these cases contain only allegations, and the defendants are presumed innocent until they are proven guilty in a court of law. But my message to the defendants who've been rounded up today is this: your winning streak has ended. Your luck has run out. Violating the law is a losing proposition, and you can bet on that. First, I would like to talk about United States versus Ernest, the NBA basketball gambling case. The defendants in this case are Eric Ernest, Marvez Farley, Shane Hennon, De Niro Laster, Damon Jones, a former NBA player and coach, and Terry Rozier, a current NBA player. Other co-conspirators were previously charged for their roles in the scheme, including former NBA player Jonte Porter. Between December 2022 and March 2024, these defendants perpetrated a scheme to defraud by betting on inside, non-public information about NBA athletes and teams. The non-public information included when specific players would be sitting out future games, or when they would pull themselves out early for purported injuries or illnesses. They relied on corrupt individuals, including Jones and Rozier. They also misused information obtained through long-standing friendships that they had with NBA players and coaches. And in at least one instance, they got their information by threatening a current player, Porter, because of his pre-existing gambling debts. Defendants used this non-public information to place hundreds of thousands of dollars in fraudulent bets, mostly in the form of prop bets on individual player performance. The bets were placed through online sports books and also in person at casinos. The defendants relied on a network of straw bettors to place the maximum amount of bets to increase their potential profits. Most of these bets succeeded, and the intended losses were in the millions of dollars. The defendants then laundered their illegal winnings in various ways: peer-to-peer platforms, bank wires, and simple cash exchanges. The indictment details specific examples where the defendants profited from illegal gambling and illegal betting on various NBA games about the performance of players on, among other things, the Charlotte Hornets, the Portland Trail Blazers, the Los Angeles Lakers, and the Toronto Rangers. Each defendant in the NBA basketball gambling case has been charged with conspiracy to commit wire fraud and conspiracy to commit money laundering. Now, I would like to turn to the other case, United States versus Aiello, the rigged poker game case. Beginning as early as 2019, the defendants in this case orchestrated a scheme to use wireless cheating technology to run rigged poker games across the United States, including in the Hamptons, Las Vegas, Miami, and Manhattan. The scheme targeted victims known as, quote, fish, who were often lured to participate in these rigged games by the chance to play alongside former professional athletes who were known as, quote, face cards. The so-called face cards included the defendant, Chauncey Billups, who at the time of the scheme was a former NBA player and is currently the head coach of the Portland Trail Blazers, and also Damon Jones, a former NBA player and coach. What the victims, the fish, didn't know is that everybody else at the poker game, from the dealer to the players, including the face cards, were in on the scam. Once the game was underway, the defendants fleeced the victims out of tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars per game. The defendants used a variety of very sophisticated cheating technologies, some of which were provided by other defendants in exchange for a share of the profits from the scheme. For example, they used off-the-shelf shuffling machines that had been secretly altered in order to read the cards in the deck, predict which player at the table had the best poker hand, and relay that information to an off-site operator. The off-site operator sent the information via cell phone back to a co-conspirator at the table, and that person at the table was known as the quarterback. The quarterback then signaled secretly the information he had received from others to others at the table, and together they used that information in order to win their games and to cheat the victims. Defendants used other cheating technologies such as poker chip tray analyzers, which is a poker chip tray that secretly reads cards using a hidden camera, special contact lenses or eyeglasses that could read pre-marked cards, and an X-ray table that could read cards face down on the table. What you see depicted on a screen right now is an example of the X-ray table that reveals the cards. Although they are face down on the table, they can be read because of the X-ray technology. The Mafia, specifically members and associates of the Bonanno, Gambino, and Genovese organized crime families, had pre-existing control over non-rigged, illegal poker games around New York City. As a result, they also became involved in the rigged poker games, helping to organize the games and taking a cut of the proceedings, and working to enforce the collection of debts. The defendants laundered their proceeds, including through cash exchanges, the use of multiple shell companies, and through cryptocurrency transfers. As part of the scheme, some of the defendants and their co-conspirators also committed acts of violence, including the gunpoint robbery of a person in order to obtain a rigged shuffling machine, and extortions that were perpetrated against victims in order to ensure that they repaid gambling debts. Defendants who participated in the rigged scheme are charged with other defendants charged with crimes including illegal gambling, money laundering, Hobbs Act robbery, and extortions. This case demonstrates our office's unrelenting commitment to fighting the scourge of organized crime in whatever form it takes. I'd like to conclude my remarks by thanking the incredible hard work of our law enforcement partners, including the FBI, Homeland Security, the NYPD, and the Waterfront Commission. I also want to thank the dedicated prosecutors who built these two cases and who are standing to my right. Benjamin Weintraub, David Bourbon, Caitlin Farrell, Michael Gibaldi, Irisa Chen, and Sean Sherman. They had the assistance of paralegal specialists Liam McNett, John Schneider, Marlene Bosler. Also deserving of our thanks because of their outstanding investigative work on the NBA case are FBI Special Agents Russell Lantier, Dominic Mariani, Amy Giarosa, Shane Wilkins, and Supervisory Special Agent Luke Hardison. On the rigged poker game scheme, outstanding work was performed by FBI Special Agents Thomas Cribbin, Jeff Boriola, Jonathan Corona, Alexander Silverman, Amy Campanaro, and Supervisory Special Agent Michael Malahi, as well as NYPD Task Officer James McCullough, and from Homeland Security, Supervisory Special Agent Charles Freund, and from the Waterfront Commission, Detective Paul Shimborski. Finally, I want to note that the investigations in both cases are ongoing, and we encourage anyone with information about either scheme to please contact the FBI. Now I would like to turn the podium over to Special Agent in charge of the New York Field Office, I should say the Assistant Director in charge of the New York Field Office of the FBI, Christopher Rea. Chris?
All right, thank you, Joe. As always, we appreciate the partnership here. Can't do any of this without you and your team, so thank you. Also want to publicly thank the director for coming down from D.C. The director's a very busy person, and for him to come down should tell you the importance of this historic case. I'm Christopher Rea, the Assistant Director in charge of the FBI New York Field Office. Today, as you've heard, our office conducted a massive nationwide takedown from 2 indictments of 34 defendants for their alleged involvement in 2 separate illegal poker and sports betting schemes where, as you heard, the odds were rigged in their favor. Among these defendants are 13 members and associates of the Bonanno, Gambino, and Genovese crime families, to include capos and soldiers from these families. Additionally, as you heard, current and former NBA coaches and players are also implicated, to include Chauncey Billups, Damon Jones, and Terry Rozier. 3 of the named defendants are charged for their alleged roles in both schemes. This alleged illegal gambling operation hustled unwitting victims out of tens of millions of dollars and created a financial pipeline for La Cosa Nostra to help fund and facilitate their organized criminal activity. Victims were attracted to play alongside well-known professional athletes and coaches like Chauncey Billups, only to be unknowingly deceived through rigged shuffling machines, fixing the odds in their favor as a and the wallets of many to fund the Italian crime families here in New York. Let me be clear.
I ain't know the StreamYard had stopped too. I'm running my mouth, StreamYard, everything stopped. But let me go. Let me get the live going again. Yeah, that was a dead area right there.
When it comes to Italian organized crime in this city, specifically the LCN and the 5 families here in New York. We are not going to permit any criminal enterprise, whether it be Italian organized crime, Asian organized crime, Eurasian organized crime. We're not going to permit any of those organized crimes, families, and organizations to operate in our city or our country, as evidenced by the 11 states that were also participating in this operation today. The FBI office here in New York remains committed to eradicating all unlawful revenue streams fueling this criminal activity. As with most cases we work, this is only the tip of the iceberg for the FBI and the U.S. Attorney's Office. Our LCN squad agents and analysts are continuing to work day and night with the Eastern District of New York to ensure members and associates of the 5 families cannot continue to wreak havoc in our communities. Today would not have been possible without the tireless efforts and dedication of the FBI New York Eurasian Organized Crime Task Force, which, as you heard, was led by Supervisory Special Agent Luke Hardison, and the Italian Organized Task Force, which was led by Supervisory Special Agent Mike Malahi. And coincidentally, Supervisory Special Agent Malahi is going out on a positive as he is retiring at the end of this month for 30 years of dedicated service to the FBI, and that deserves a hand. He's what we call a legend here at FBI New York. Additionally, obviously, we cannot do this alone without our partners. I want to extend my appreciation to Homeland Security Investigations Special Agent in Charge, Ricky Patel. Of course, we do nothing in this city without the NYPD. New York City Police Department Commissioner Jesse Tisch, thank you, ma'am, for all your work and all your resources that you dedicated to this. And New York Waterfront Commissioner Phoebe Soriel for their agency's assistance and support throughout this lengthy and complex investigation. Our collective efforts ensured these subjects will face accountability, like the director said, for their alleged wrongdoings. Thank you, and I'll now turn it over to Special Agent in Charge of HSI, Ricky Patel.
Thanks, Chris. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ricky Patel. I'm the Special Agent in Charge for Homeland Security Investigations here in New York. This morning, hundreds of special agents and investigators with HSI, the FBI, the New York Waterfront Commission, and the NYPD descended upon the homes of individuals who for years have operated with the false sense of impunity, a false sense of incivility. In the early hours of today, across 9 states coast to coast, dozens of defendants were arrested and will face the consequences of their alleged crimes. This was their wake-up call. With the alleged involvement of 3 La Cosa Nostra crime families, 1 NBA head coach, a Hall of Famer, no less, and former NBA players, the years of investigative work that culminated with this morning's operation seem reminiscent of a Hollywood movie. But this wasn't luck, and this wasn't theatrics. This was an evidence-driven, relentless, and unified effort among law enforcement. Through what we have dubbed Operation Royal Flush, along with our task force of the Waterfront Commission, more years ago, agents and investigators dedicated countless hours and sleepless nights in identifying the criminal network, dissecting communications and patterns, and following the money with precision. We built a case, piece by piece, and what we discovered was a sprawling criminal enterprise that utilized cutting-edge technology and various methods of deception to dupe unsuspecting gamblers into paying up so that these defendants could cash out. As alleged, this sophisticated conspiracy cheated victims out of at least $7 million and placed the public and the defendants alike at risk. This case involved global reach, financial depth, and the patience to dismantle complex financial criminal enterprises from the inside out. When criminal organizations attempt to launder profits through our country, HSI connects the dots and shuts it down. To anyone who thinks intimidation, fraud, or violence will shield their profits, understand this. If you are exploiting our communities, expect HSI and all of our law enforcement partners at your door. I would like to thank all our partners here today. Obviously, the United States Attorney's Office for the Eastern District of New York, the Waterfront Commission, the FBI, the NYPD, and the prosecutors that will carry this forward. Today's arrests are not an endpoint. They are the start of accountability. Thank you, and I now turn it over to Police Commissioner Jessica Tisch.
Good morning. Thank you to Director Patel, Assistant Director Rea, and U.S. Attorney Nocella. What we're announcing today is not just another takedown. It's the result of more than 2 years of coordinated investigative work by the NYPD's Joint Organized Crime Task Force and the FBI. 2 cases that exposed criminal networks led by 34 individuals who believed the rules did not apply to them. They hid behind layers of complexity, behind money, and behind influence, believing those things would shield them from accountability. The first case, Operation Nothing But Bet, exposed a gambling ring built around professional basketball where players and associates allegedly used inside information to manipulate prop bets on major sports betting platforms. They placed wagers on unders on players to score less, rebound less, assist less, using information that was not yet public. In some instances, players altered their performance or took themselves out of games to make sure that those bets paid out. One example occurred on March 23rd, 2023 in Charlotte. Terry Rozier, an NBA player now with the Miami Heat, but at the time playing for the Hornets, allegedly let others close to him know that he planned to leave the game early with a supposed injury. Using that information, members of the group placed more than $200,000 in wagers on his under statistics. Rozier exited the game after just 9 minutes, and those bets paid out, generating tens of thousands of dollars in profit. The proceeds were later delivered to his home, where the group counted their cash. As the NBA season tips off, his career is already benched, not for injury, but for integrity. As a result of this investigation, 6 defendants, including Rozier, are now facing conspiracy to commit bank and wire fraud. In a second case, Operation Zen Diagram, investigators uncovered a long-running scheme in which members and associates of several well-known organized crime families rigged high-stakes poker games across the country. These operatives included capos and multiple soldiers from the Bonanno, Gambino, Lucchese, and Genovese crime families. Bringing 4 of the 5 families together in a single indictment is extraordinarily rare. It reflects how deep and how far this investigation reached and the skill and the persistence it took to get here. That work uncovered a deliberate, technologically sophisticated operation designed to carry out their crimes. They used custom shuffling machines that could read the order of cards, barcoded decks, and hidden cameras built into tables and light fixtures. The organizers also enlisted well-known public figures, former and current NBA players and coaches, including Chauncey Billups, the head coach of the Portland Trail Blazers, an NBA champion and a Hall of Famer, to make the games appear legitimate. Victims believed that they were sitting at a fair table. Instead, they were cheated out of millions. One victim in particular lost $1.8 million. In total, losses exceeded $7 million and continue to climb. And when people refused to pay, these defendants did what organized crime has always done. They used threats, they used intimidation, and they used violence. It's the same pattern that we have seen for decades. Traditional mob enforcement methods combined with new technology to expand the reach of their operations. Now, with the unsealing of today's indictment, 34 individuals are facing charges, including robbery, extortion, money laundering, wire fraud, bank fraud, and illegal gambling. I want to commend the outstanding work of our detectives from the Joint Organized Crime Task Force and their dedication to these cases, especially Captain Ruben Pagan, Sergeant Chris McGuire, Detective Alexander Creamer, Detective James McCullough, and of course our Chief of Detectives, Chief Kenny. As part of these investigations, our members recovered and reviewed thousands of hours of video, conducted extensive surveillance on illegal gambling locations across the city, and executed more than 24 search warrants on electronic records that revealed the true extent of this conspiracy. Once again, the work of our detectives, together with the FBI and the U.S. Attorney's Office, closed those gaps before they could widen further. The NYPD is proud to stand with each of you today, as these cases represent the kind of partnership that defines modern law enforcement agencies, sharing intelligence, coordinating resources, and moving as one team. Thank you.
If anyone has any questions that they'd like to ask, now's the time.
I had a question about the structure of the case. Is it the investigation into one case, did that lead into the discovery of the other? How if you could talk more about the link between the two.
I'm not at liberty to discuss either the background of the investigation itself or the investigation as it continues. So I'm afraid I can't really explain to you other than the fact that both cases have been unsealed today, and there was an overlap that has been discussed already with respect to certain of the defendants.
Are any other NBA players?
Yes.
Jonathan Porter claimed that he had a gambling addiction. Did Rozier or Billups or Damon Jones claim the same thing at all?
With respect to any allegations or defenses that have been made by any of the defendants, they will have their opportunity to present them in court. We're not here to air those at this time or to discuss them. Yes.
You said the investigation is still ongoing. There seems to be several players referenced in the indictments, some that may have potentially passed on information. Is there the possibility of future arrests of NBA players in connection to the sports gambling operation specifically?
As I said, I can't discuss ongoing investigations. The investigation is ongoing, which by definition means that there will be further evidence uncovered at a minimum. And there's always that possibility, but I can't comment any further with respect to that. Yes.
Thank you. Director Patel, you had said in your comments, we're going to take heat for this case. Why do you say that, and what efforts might you take to counter that?
It's not popular to go after some of the defendants that we went after today, but justice is served blindly. And how do we countermand that? Simple. The unsealing of these indictments today shows the force of the Department of Justice and our great Attorney General and the leadership that we have at the FBI and the team here to specifically mete out justice. And look, let's not, mince words. This is the insider trading saga for the NBA. That's what this is. That's why we are going to take heat. But as the evidence comes out, as the indictments are unsealed, you will see the extensive work these men and women put in, countless hours over years, and that's how we countermand it.
So the dates of these indictments that they were filed are October 9th and October 16th. Can you talk about the timing of moving in now? Why now?
We will not publicly discuss the timing of when we do takedowns. I will only say that we do takedowns in a coordinated fashion with our law enforcement partners and the U.S. Attorney at the appropriate time to make sure that we ensure the integrity of the investigation, as the United States Attorney said, an investigation that is very much ongoing.
Director Patel, you said insider trading for the NBA. What are the implications of this case for other sports leagues and for the legal gambling industry in general?
Simple. If you're participating in the legal gambling industry, you got nothing to worry about. If you're participating in illegal conduct, you got everything to worry about, and this case shows it.
Did the illegal conduct cross with the legal sports betting platforms in any capacity? And if so, is that the search warrants that the police commissioner just referenced?
I'm not sure I quite understand your question. You're asking if the illegal conduct...
If it crossed with, like, the sports betting industry or the online sports betting?
The sports books themselves are victims in this case. They themselves did not, as far as our investigation is concluded, they did not perpetrate anything unlawful.
Are you able to say which sports books or online outlets they use to make these bets?
I'm not going to respond to that at this time, but that information will be made public. Yes?
Can you identify the access point where these co-conspirators were able to recruit these, famous people to partake in the schemes?
When you say the access point...
they were able to recruit them?
I'm not sure which case you're referring to.
Both. So
Well,
Rozier, how he was recruited, Damon Jones in the NBA scandal, and then Billups for the poker game.
we're not at liberty to say that at this time. That will be revealed in due course. Yes?
No, he was being...
What is your question, sir?
Hey, thanks for being here. You just said that the sports books themselves are the victims, at least in the indictment involving Terry Rozier and others.
They're among the victims.
Okay, but those companies make, as we all know, they make a crazy amount of money off of a lot of everyday Americans make bets and mostly lose them. Are you concerned with a jury potentially not being sympathetic in a case where the victims, as you say, are these multi-million or billion-dollar gambling companies?
Let me repeat that all of the defendants themselves are presumed innocent. We believe that at a trial, when they have the opportunity to present their defenses if they chose, because they're not required to. We will come forward with the evidence to demonstrate their guilt. Yes?
There's been, I'm sorry.
Did the NBA cooperate with this investigation at all?
The answer to your question is yes, the NBA has cooperated with the investigation. Yes, sir.
There's been a reason to believe there's an associated college basketball element to this. Can you confirm that, or is there another investigation or part of this investigation that will affect college basketball?
The investigations that we announced today did not involve college basketball.
Last question.
Yes.
There was an emphasis on the Italian crime presence, organized crime in New York. Can you give us a sense of the strength and status of Italian organized crime in New York right now?
No, I'm sorry. That would be a question that goes beyond what we're here to discuss today, which is these two indictments. Thank you.
Everybody.
All right, that's over. So as y'all can see, I was just texting Gil right now. He said Sino did something. I don't know what Sino did. I don't know what Sino. He's alleging that Sino did, but I'm guessing he's saying Sino is saying that he may have had something to do with it. But I don't know. I don't know if Gil is attached to this, so I'm not going to say that. So, because of our little back and forth, I would love for him to be attached to it so I could say that for content, but I don't know that to be true, so I can't say that. You know? But for content purposes only, if it turns out that it was Gil, that would be hella funny. That would be hilarious. I ain't gonna lie to you, that would be hilarious. Because I talk about behavior all the time. And the boy act like a fool. But I hope Sino didn't say he did it. Oh, he said Sino said that his testimony got them arrested. I haven't given testimony. Oh, I know you haven't.
Mr. Arenas.
Yeah, I ain't playing that over here. Gilbert just sent me saying that Sino said that his testimony. I'm gonna play it after this because I don't want it on my channel because I already know Gil gonna try to sue or threaten. After all the wild stuff he say about you, he'll try to threaten to sue you. So I hope Cito will clean that up. He said, Gilbert said, which means he defamed me. I can prove I haven't talked to anyone. So Gilbert is alleging that Sino has defamed him. Why don't you just come up here and say that, Gil? You supposed to be no chill Gil, you chilling. Hit the link. Quit hiding, boy. Hit the link. You know you want to talk anyway. Yeah. You might want to come up here and have a conversation. Let the people know what's going on. A lot of people are going to make those videos accusing you, Gil. So if I was you, If I was you, let's just get out in front of this shit right now, Gil. Come on, Gil. I'm gonna drop the link for you. Boom. The link is in the chat. The link is in the chat, Gil. Come up here and let the people know that you chilling, you ain't do nothing, and you about that life. Not that you about that life, but that you still, what are your plans? Are you still planning on running Gil's arena or the arena? Or does this new charges affect these new charges with these other people? Does it affect you in any way? Come give a black man the exclusive. We know you're going to go sit on Vlad TV next week and answer these same questions. He going to ask you, hey, Gil. A lot of people out there saying you snitch. Did you snitch, Gil? And you're going to say, no. Sino on those platforms that said that they haters. You going to go tell the white man. So come up here and tell me, boy. Come on up here and tell me what happened. Did they talk to us black folk over here? Did anything happen? Huh? Oh, you say Skip in his basement, he can't get to the computer? Oh, damn. Hey, Gil, ask Skip, can you use the computer for a second? Y'all right, he can't get to no device because if he be too loud, Skip will slap the living. Yeah, put that goddamn phone back in the drawer. Hey, Gil, your house big enough. See if you can go upstairs, way up there, upstairs, and then get on live. Come on now, hurry up. Ask Skip, is Skip shooting right now or something? That nigga can't even go in the basement and make a protein shake after his workout. Nothing. They paid that nigga to give up a third of his home. Now he's scared to hit the link. Man, I got it. Skip, hey, y'all, Skip ain't gonna let him. He can't make no noise. These are the hours Skip is preparing, probably meditating, swimming in his pool. So this is the time that Skip gotta have it all quiet. And Skip professional, so he come probably about 3-4 hours before it's time for him to do some actual work. And Gil like to play, so I think he get kicked out the house around this time. Yeah, he get kicked out of the house. He gonna text me, y'all. He probably texting me right now. He can't get on the computer during these hours. Let me see what he said. Oh, he won't respond to hit the link. He watching, for sure he watching. It's 100% he watching. He can't miss no KB live. Oh Lord. Calm down, big dog. Don't you do it. Yeah, Skip swimming all in Angelo pool. You know damn well them white boys love to swim. Skip down there swimming in the pool. You know he one of them little nasty little white boys, so he ain't got no drawers on. He just out there skinny dipping in the man pool. What? This is how I get ready for the shower. It's in the contract. I'm telling you, man, this shit crazy. You talk about sick. This is crazy, man. You know how them boys be sometimes. That's how they be. That's why he's scared to hit the link, man. I'm not gonna say anything about his trouble. I just want to ask him real questions, do a real interview. I don't think he's capable of talking to me for real, like a man. He always want to diss. That's why he don't give me no time where he can ask me real questions, and I can ask him real questions. Like, yo, bro, you in the news right now. Well, you not in the news. Other NBA players are in the news attached to a poker game. You were the first notable guy attached to a poker game and Israeli mobsters. Are these two things connected, sir? And then he can say yes or no. I don't want to come out and make an assumption. We supposed to be brothers. Come up here and clear your name, man. Black people been calling you smart. I've been up here calling you dumb. Now it's starting to look like I'm right. Now you don't need to come running for me and yelling at me and cussing at me and none of that. You need to come up here and answer these questions. Did any of this recent development of Chauncey Billups and all these guys going to jail, does it have anything to do with your case, Angelo? Now, you better not let me see you on Vlad next week and you up there answering the same damn question. I'ma know you a pocket boo. I'ma know you one of them white boys pocket boo. You can text me right now behind the scenes, but you don't want to come up here and face the people. You supposed to be a man of a people, man. You supposed to be the man of the people. He said he talking with his lawyer. Come on, man, that's cap. Get off the phone with your lawyer for a second and come up here and talk to the people, man. Don't be scared to talk to the people. Don't try to get out of it talking no lawyer talk. You can threaten Cino at any point. The video's still up. He'll probably have the video down in a minute. Ain't nothing you're going to be able to do. So stop wasting time getting ready to threaten Cino. So come on now. Stop all this wasted energy. Now come up here and prove to the people you not what they say you are, boy. No, I don't want your boy toy up here. See, he always sending his boy toy up here, man. His man crush always come running up here. I didn't ask for no side thought to come up here. I didn't. I didn't ask to see nobody pool either. I didn't ask to see all that. I didn't ask to see where nobody stay. These people are weird, man. This boy coming up here showing me his house. For what? It ain't yours anyway. This is the kind of friends don't nobody need. That nigga show off everything you buy him. See, this is how side hoes get left. They got them go to showing out, showing too much, showing all the stuff he purchasing you, and then them niggas end up leaving because you care more about flossing than keeping quiet. That's exactly how a side thought get left. Don't do it now. Don't get left. Oh, my brother back here. What's up, bro? TJ, you on the show? What's up? TJ can't hear Jack Judy. Let me drop this down so he can see himself on the show. TJ, you on the show? Your mic muted, TJ. Oh, TJ mic done dropped down. I don't know what the hell TJ mic got going on. TJ mic is funked up. We got somebody back here being stupid. Yeah, I'm gonna have to end this live. I'm gonna get ready for surgery prep. Gil is not going to come up here. He's scared. He's afraid. He sent his boy toy up here for him to show off the cars and the things that his loyal devotion got him. that's not what we wanted to talk about. We'll maybe do another live later on, and Mr. Arenas may face the people and not run. He came down here, he talked to people, he opened himself up to people to hate on another black man as a Cuban man. And I don't know if that means something or not, but I just wanted to point that out. But he won't come and talk to one the same way that he does DJ Vlad and everyone else. He'll go talk a scalp attack. He talked to low outs or low lights. Low out. I got to figure out what this dude's name is. I can't keep butchering people's names. I don't want them to think that's disrespect. I'm just dumb. But it's all to the good, man. Go ahead and give Vlad the interview next week. Or when you're done talking to your lawyer trying to attack another black man. Because all you got to do is text Sino. You text Sino all the time. Text Sino and say, hey, man, you went a little too far. TJ said link again, but what time is it? It's 11:04. Well, I got 25 minutes. So I got to haul ass because I got to get the surgery prep. But because Angelo can't even come up here now. But, man, salute to y'all. I'm up out of this thing. TJ, be ready for the next live. You can come up and we'll rap about everything that's going on. But for now, I'm up out of this thing. I'm gone. Oh, appreciate everybody who super chatted. My bad. Appreciate Beautiful One and shout out, big salute to Beautiful One and everybody who super chatted. Appreciate y'all. I'm gone.